she the kneel for grave where my uche day, Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing Peking, don't fall, now watch up, I'm raw. We self, they shake my hand, no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Don't make me try you. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts.
I see Mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche day, Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing Peking, don't fall, now watch up, I'm raw. We self, they shake my hand, no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Don't make me try you. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make me try you.
Back up joints with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from disable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run.
To pray in the language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwukika bịa mapụrụ m ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile, onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-etonye nwe ije ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etụghị ebighị ebi. Ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, ọbụla dị ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ bụ ndị atụ mkpọ ọlaedo na ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke na nke igwe. N'ụtụtụ a, ehihie, abalị, n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke bere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebubo n'ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị mama gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka i wee tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro, ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke na dị nsọ, ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ, ije obodo ekwensị bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, biko ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke bịara na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne dị n'otu ọganiru, ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna, ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị na nke bere dị ngọzi. Ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa, anyị ga-aja gị ma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị, kpụ isi ala nye gị, bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ọ na-ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwukika a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said. It's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it? Yeah, based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London. Location of the broadcast. Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196? 174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022. In violation of their own laws. In violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. As simple as not me. As simple as that. Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism. Yes. Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to kill me and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial is not done anywhere in the world. And we have to make it. Are facing corruption charges. They sent her to my case, so they can release or smoothen the pathway for the husband and the son. Who are they like? They are facing, it doesn't matter if they're in the office. In a corrupt society, that's what happens. They are very, very corrupt. There is a breach of judicial oath. They have violated the judicial oath. They have shown bias according to Supreme Court. They are biased against me. Supreme Court said so. And that is why what is happening in the judgments and rulings concerning me has been happening. So, disobedience to superior control. Yes. You'll be asked. Mazi. Let's see. They're here. That distort the news. You don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agents of Nigeria? What are they? You don't know that God is a God of justice. You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very important weekend program. I welcome every one of you that has connected to us wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining us from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, you are joining us from Russia, you are joining from China, you are joining us from Israel, whichever part of the world you are joining us from in this morning program, I welcome you. It is weekend, and I wish you a very happy weekend. In this weekend program, regardless the obstacles, I know so many of us are tired, so many are discouraged, so many are afraid, so many are scared. People are busy with one thing or the other, but I urge you never to give up. For those who are joining us on this platform for the very first time and those who are going to meet our video for the very first time, I want you to know that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come to this platform to attack any race or religion. In this very platform, what we do is to promote the cause of Biafra. We do not come here to engage in any saga or blackmail. The only mission we have in this platform is to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That failed state Nigeria, where the life of human being is at risk. We will continue to present Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. And when we say Biafra is a solution, we have facts to back it up. We have points to back it up. If you disagree with us or you have a contrary opinion, the link is there for you to join us and state your case. If you have a superior argument, the link is there for you to follow the link and join us and present your superior argument. If you're watching us on TikTok and you want to make a contribution, all you need to do is to send a link, send a request. Once you send a request, I'm going to pick you up from TikTok. You will speak and the whole world will be hearing you. There are those watching also from Facebook. If you're watching from Facebook, I urge you also to send a request. I will bring you in and you will make your contribution. In this platform, it is a platform for people's opinion, public opinion. It is not a platform to gag people's opinion. It is not a platform to control anybody's opinion. No. It is a platform to allow people to express their opinion. engage in critical, constructive arguments. We disagree to agree. We appreciate it more if you have a superior argument and you come up with that superior argument. We appreciate it much more, and we would like to engage with you in whichever level you want it to be. So wherever you are watching us from, you are all welcome. The only thing we request is that each time you join us on this platform, please and please try as much as possible to be civil in whatever you have to present to us. Be civil in your arguments, in your disagreements, in your own opinion. Try to be civil. You don't need to insult anybody to make your opinion. You don't need to curse people to make your opinion. All we want from you is to bring out a constructive argument that is superior to what you think we believe. Give us the proofs. I bet you, once we are convinced, more especially myself, if I'm convinced, I will follow you. If I am convinced, definitely, I will follow you. So it is in your hands to convince Biafran people. When you bring your constructive argument and people do not agree, they will equally bring a superior argument. At the end of the day, each and every one of us will go back home and reflect on our discussions. Then make up their mind on the choice they make, because whatever choice you make, you are responsible for it, not me. Whatever choice you make in this platform, you are responsible for your choice. I am responsible for my choice. I'm not here to gag you or force you into doing what you feel is not right to do. The only thing we do here is to broaden the opinion, allow people to express themselves, broaden the mind of the people, be able to listen to one another, and come to a conclusion on the way forward. That is what we do in this platform, and that is what we will continue to do. A platform for public opinion. And if you are not comfortable with people's opinion, you want things to be done only in your own way, you can't be comfortable with my platform. If you want things to be done only in your own way, you want only your voice to be heard and other voice not to be heard, it won't be possible, and you'll not be happy. Either be in this platform or coming across my program. But if you're one of those who is ready to engage, you're one of those who have an argument you feel is superior to what people believe, the platform is for you. We give you a listening ear. You make your case with respect to us and to yourself. And we will give you all the time in the world. You don't disrespect anybody, not on the comment section, not my guest. Everybody is respected in this very platform, and they are entitled to their opinion. One thing we do not allow is insulting anybody, no matter who the person is, using denigrating language or using vulgar words. Once we see such insult, either on the comment section or among the guests, we take them out. Apart from that, we stand here to present Biafra to the whole world as the only remedy to the failed state contraption called Nigeria. We have been saying that Nigeria is a failed state. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started talking about it for many years. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, came on board and spoke about the failed state for many years. Some people called it a bluff. But finally today, we thank Chukwu Okike that we are alive to see other countries of first world countries like Canada, Australia, the United States, coming out to confirm that Nigeria is a failed state. And more countries are coming up also. So we have been vindicated from that long time message that we're preaching. We must continue. Some of you will think that what we are doing doesn't have effect. It has a great effect. You think they're not listening? I bet you they are listening. They are hearing us. They are listening. And I bet you at the end of the day, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will take glory. One beautiful thing I always remember and I smile is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that Biafra will come in such a way that nobody will take glory for the coming of Biafra. Biafra is going to come in such a way that nobody will say, oh, if not me, it would have not happened. Nobody will say, oh, if not for me, it would have not been possible. Nobody will come and say, oh, I was the one that made it. That is the beauty of the Biafra we are seeking for. And I strongly believe that regardless what anybody says, regardless what anyone does, Biafra will come. Biafra will come. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it. You only try your best to make your contributions. If you have nothing to contribute, no problem. Sit back and watch those who has something to contribute make Biafra a reality. My fellow Biafrans, we have come today, being weekend, a Saturday, to discuss on a topic which says, aftermath of injustice. Aftermath of injustice. Nnamdi Kanu versus Nigeria Lawless Court. The world must act now. Aftermath of injustice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu versus Nigerian Lawless Court. The world must act now. This is what we are going to discuss today. A lot happened yesterday. So many of us have seen so many things that happened yesterday. Many got angry. Many was afraid. Many were afraid. Many were tired. Many were giving up. And many were strengthened the more. Many of us were encouraged the more to fight on. Some people who wanted to give up, after seeing what transpired yesterday, said, no, it's not the time to give up. Some who were playing it cool, when they saw what transpired yesterday, they said, no, never again. And they're going to fight to the last man standing. So we are going to look into what transpired in the court yesterday. As we look into what transpired into the court yesterday, we'll go in and dig deep on so many other things that are going to happen. Expectations, actions that we need to see. And it will be an open floor. Remember, in this platform, it's about interaction. We interact. I am not a master of wisdom or master of knowledge. I'm here to learn like every other person that is in the platform. So if you have any contribution, don't fail to use the link and join us and make a contribution. Before then, before we go fully into the topic of today, which says aftermath of injustice, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu versus Nigeria Lawless Court. The world must act now. Let us listen and see what transpired yesterday. The videos we could be able to get on what happened yesterday. Pay attention to every details they matter in this discussion. Pay attention to every detail. That is why I play. Sometimes you see when I start my program, I play old videos of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What he has said from the beginning of this case up to this moment where we are, he has never changed. He's still standing his ground. And that is why I play those videos to show you where we are coming from and where we are today. Now, I want you to watch and see where we are today.
Okay, what's happening? No, I'm going to fire. I'm going to fire. Okay. Okay. Is okay. So the father agreed. No, that's what he's telling us. Going to fire. Yeah. Commissioner for he's coming. That's what he said. Okay. I don't know anyone anywhere. Your man, very wonderful. No, nothing. Max. Yes. Okay, thank you. Judge.
Fearless leader, Mazi Nnamdi.
Directives of the Supreme Court, judgment in FRN v. Nnamdi Kanu in suit number SC/CR/1361/2022, delivered on the 15th of December 2023. The relief I'm seeking, my Lord, is a very simple one. The expunging from the records of this very honorable court the purported plea of not guilty entered by myself, the defendant, here the applicant, on the 29th day of March 2025, the same having been obtained under deception, coercion, and in clear violation of Section 36(6)(a) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and in defiance of the Supreme Court's binding directive.
That is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaking inside the court yesterday. That was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu making his case, stating his motion live in the court yesterday. That's the voice you're hearing. Listen carefully.
In FRN v. Nnamdi Kanu, I'm asking my Lord for an order setting aside all proceedings conducted pursuant to the said defective plea, including but not limited to the scheduling of defense, witness summons, and trial dates, the same being founded on a nullity ab initio. An order declaring that the seventh count charge, dated 29th March 2025, disclosed no triable offense known to law, having been founded on repealed statutes, namely the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act of 2013, repealed by the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022, and the Customs and Excise Management Act, Cap C45 LFN 2004, repealed by the Nigeria Customs Services Act of 2023, and then flagrant disobedience of the Supreme Court's order for amendment, and others striking out the charge in its entirety for want of jurisdiction, the same being incompetent and void ab initio. An order directing the immediate release of the defendant applicant from custody, there being no valid charge pending before this very court, and such other orders as this very honorable court may deem fit and just to make in the circumstances. It was dated, my Lord, the 6th day of November 2025. Thank you, my Lord.
Yes, I think
May I please ask you? position was served a few minutes ago. Motion by the defendant filed this morning. The motion was introduced by the defendant a few seconds ago. Lord, I do not intend to file a counter to that, but I rely on the proceedings of this court, which is attached to the motion as an exhibit. So I do not intend to file a counter to that. But I just seek your lordship's permission. What part of the proceedings are you relying on? The defendant attached the proceedings of the court marked as with MNK01. And I'm also relying on the record of this court in which I have your lordship to take judicial notice. The same record. Well, this is a part of the main record of the court. These are just some few pages of the date when he took his plea.
Can we go into it? Let us see. I have not read it. I just want I have not read it.
I have seen it. It is the defendant's present in court on 21st day of March 2025. That was the day when his lead counsel, Kanu, senior advocate of Nigeria, Dr. Yusuf Bolero Koro, and a number of them appeared for
do something, you will do it. And you're just sitting conviction. And you wonder why God calls you useless black man. You don't know what justice means. You have no idea what justice means. You don't know the meaning of justice. Your constitution says you cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want to know. Show me the written law. Are you okay? Don't go close. Don't try that rubbish. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. You give God judgment you don't respect. Then why we the court of law? Why we the court of law? I ask. Nonsense. You think Britain can ask you to join me and you join me? You are dreaming. You are dreaming. I'm telling you that you are dreaming. Nonsense. You don't respect. You give God judgment you don't respect. Then why we are keeping this. Why we the court of law? I ask. You are dreaming. It's not a written law. You cannot. You cannot. You can't convict me. Are you saying? It's not possible. I'm Nnamdi Kanu. Who's going to try it? Nobody can. They've not killed them there to the person. Which law is that? Which law is it? It's okay. Your constitution says you cannot try anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law.
Ndala.
You don't know law.
Hi. This is OJ.
Good morning.
I know you attended the proceedings today.
Yes, I did.
Nigerians to know.
Yeah.
Justice
summary of what happened?
Well, what happened in court today, for me, continues to be travesty of justice. I've always said it, that in Nigeria, there appear to be two sets of rules. One for the Igbo man and another for the other Nigerians. This is exactly what I saw in court today. First of all, my name is Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South Federal Constituency. I am the primary representative for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm going to speak to you as a layman. I'm not a lawyer. Today, there was a motion that was filed. Previously, I believe at the end of October, another motion was filed. And none of those motions were challenged by the prosecution team. They didn't raise any objection. The court did not overrule anybody, but admitted the motion. So on what basis then is the trial, the efforts that are being put to compel Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to trial when the motions have been put and yet to be challenged by the prosecution team? Mazi Kanu is asking for a simple question: on what law is he being tried? Neither the judge nor the prosecution team have answered that. And today, that motion that was raised by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and served to the prosecution team were not challenged. And it is very, very critical and important that we know that. However, the judge now ruled to say that he's reserved November 20th for ruling, when there are jurisdictional issues, thresholds that are yet to be overcome. So this is a political trial veiled as a criminal trial. And for the stability of the Southeast and for the stability of Nigeria in a whole, to bring to end the civil war that was fought in 1967, means that the president should please look at the totality of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial and bring an end to this charade, a travesty of injustice, bring an end to it so that the Southeast can be peaceful again, Nigeria can be peaceful again. But if they are determined in the way they have steamrolled this process, rushing to a judgment, then like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, there's a God in heaven, and the injustices that have been meted to Igbos, we will not forget. We will not forget. Even if we forget, our children and our grandchildren will not forget. Because it's important that everybody knows it, especially Mr. President, that in order for him to consolidate his goodwill for 2027, start with how he handles the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. Because you cannot be there as the father of the nation and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being treated in the manner that he's been treated, when every other person who has been charged with almost similar offenses as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the determination of the court, has been let go. So why is Nnamdi still being held down, being punished, being subjugated? It's simply because he's an Igbo man. So if we get it, the president gets it right, then we will begin the process of healing and reconciliation and putting back the Southeast back as a home where people can come and feel free in their homes without running away from all these high crime and criminalities that are happening in the Southeast. So Mr. President has an opportunity now. The world is looking at us, both from the persecution of Christians, from the persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to know how we are going to put our houses in order. But like I said, he's one person. You can take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you so wish. You have the authority. But many more Nnamdi Kanu will rise because this is clearly an injustice that is being meted at one person who happens to be an Igbo man. So I plead with Mr. President to note that this is a political trial and which requires a political solution. to bring everything to a closure. Thank you.
Transpired yesterday, we have all seen it. It's what's happened yesterday. In brief, what we are able to capture yesterday. So many of us have seen these things, and many of us have had our own thoughts in our own ways. And for those who skip certain information, we just try to compile certain things and bring it forward so that you can know where we are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to stand his ground, no law, no case. And as at yesterday, Nigerian governments, Nigerian judicial system, Nigerian lawyers, none of them was able to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under which law he is being tried in Nigeria. That question has not been answered. And instead of answering that question, they went ahead to say that they are going to commence judgment on the 20th. So we are waiting for them to see how that their judgment is going to come about and what they're going to come out from. So whatever happens, all things is going to work out for our own good, and we are not shaking. My beloved brother, Christian, take the mic and speak to us.
Good morning, brother Chooks.
You're welcome, my brother.
Yeah, you know, so everything is working out for our own good.
Yes.
That is without a doubt. So, because like I always say that we have the truth on our side. You know, the God of justice is on our side because we haven't done these people anything bad. Therefore, whatever their plans, their gang-ups will boomerang on them. And I'm seeing it. Personally, I can see it all over the place. You know, so just like that honorable senator said from Abia State, amazing human being, you know, representing Abia State, representing Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans in general, Ndibo, you know, representing them honorably. So I commend him for his boldness, his steadfastness. Yeah, at the same time, he's a politician in the zoo, so it won't be surprising when things are, you know, but for the most part, he's doing an amazing job.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I think the miracle is taking place already. If you don't see it, well, I don't know what you are seeing, but the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was able to write this letter, very, very detailed letter to President Trump, you know, very, very comprehensive one, and he was able to, because I believe very strongly, even in my heart of heart, that as we speak, that letter is in the position of the president. I'm telling you the truth. Definitely. I can feel it that is in position. So that on its own is a miracle, because if the zoo, if they have any idea that was going to happen, they will stop it, if you know what I mean. So, and at the end of it, Trump is going to analyze it and possibly institute an inquest or investigation to look into it, because that letter, 4-page letter, I suppose, was very detailed, and there's a lot in it. So anybody saying sovereignty, you are business, blah blah, you're wasting your time, because as no me, you know, stuff like that. So there's nothing like sovereignty here, because everything that happens in Nigeria affects everybody and beyond. Yes. And beyond. Because when they were in Niger, when these things were being threatened, Trubu and his coast, they were contemplating invading Niger. Are you aware? And Niger is a sovereign nation. So why were they planning to go, you know, if not for the Northerners, the Fulanis, who told him that if you do that, we are going to attack you too, because the Nigerian people, So somebody coming to say Trump shouldn't intervene or interfere, you are wasting your time, because there's nothing like that. You know, there's absolutely nothing like that. The terrorism that is being groomed, being orchestrated, nurtured in Nigeria will affect not only the entire Africa, but Western world. So you can't just sit back and, no. So obviously, this whole thing is crazy. As for the people, they are feeding these monsters. It's going to turn around and consume them all. Yesterday, Aisha Yusuf, she went on a fake news charade, talking, saying that Nnamdi Kanu has caved in and agreed to enter a defense council, stuff like that. So then I wrote on the comments, I said, but where are you getting this news from? This is fake news. So fake, and he didn't turn around to even correct it. But again, that's the second time he's behaving in such a manner, because you remember during the PM, Simon Ekpa's issue also, he was the first to jump out to say that Simon Ekpa has denied being, you know what I mean? And these are fake stories, fake news. They don't care.
That is how you identify them. They are quick to watch those loopholes. Whenever they see any negative news, they wouldn't even take time to confirm it. They wouldn't take time to confirm it, and they would just, and later on they're not going to come back to come and reveal that it is
exactly, because that is their wish. That's what they are hoping to. It's like what they want to hear, so they run with it. So. But actually, on the comment section, a lot of people also they gave it to her. I say you are just parading fake news everywhere, because what you are saying is simply not true. So again, like I've been saying even in the past, that we know these people, and the agents of the caliphate, we know whom they are. They are planted there, in south, in southeast, everywhere. Some of them who are okay for her. I think she said she was born a Muslim, whatever. But we understand whom they are. And so even when they tend to speak truth, I look behind, beyond the truth they speak. Yes. Because I know where their loyalty lies. I know what their agenda and their intentions are. So therefore, for me, so obviously, Nnamdi Kanu is not somebody who will be pushed around, because he's an innocent man. So, and we will see. We shall see. 20th of November. Yes. Is I wouldn't say a long way from now, but it is long. So let's go.
It's here. 20th is here already. Today is 8th.
So if this Tinubu Yoruba government, if they think that because Nnamdi Kanu, an Igbo man, will be convicted unjustly, and we will just no, they don't know. They have no clue. But let's just wait, because I think that 28th is going to be like a judgment day now, if I may say.
Yeah, he's going to pass it on 20th. Yeah.
Exactly. So finally, there will be a proclamation of what they want to do with this man.
What we want to hear. We want to know what they want to do. There's no point wasting time going live.
Exactly.
Go ahead and mention it.
And Nnamdi Kanu is well prepared for whatever. And
you see, one of the good things about this is this social media.
Yeah.
These informations that our people are able to bring out from the courts. Their media is taken out of the picture.
Yeah.
Because all this why they try to gag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that they can create their own narratives and bring.
Exactly.
But for the fact that our people are able to bring out information directly from the mouth of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, actions in the court, they can't change the narrative.
Yeah.
Just that issue of saying that he has finally entered the defense. If not that we have clips from the courts, we have most of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu directly, they will continue to preach that.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you imagine that Simon Ekpa has denounced Biafra, saying that he's not the prime minister? Yeah, that is a content. You see these people? Shameless people.
Very shameless. The same thing was what they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The first time he was arrested, the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu denied being the leader of IPOB.
Exactly.
The same thing.
Yeah.
These people are so shameless. Go ahead, my brother.
disgraceful bunch of people. I believe very strongly, without a doubt, I believe that the chicken is coming home to roast, because they've been on this for forever almost. This evil demonic entity called Nigeria, they've been on this path almost forever. So I think enough is enough now. We can see it. If you don't see it again, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Enough is enough, because evil lasts but for some time. Eventually, the God of justice will intervene. And then this is the intervention taking place right before our very eyes. Right before our very eyes. The journalists, the media house in Nigeria, they are as complicit in all this evil, the politicians as the Fulanis, they are just all in it. I've forgotten what I wanted to say about them, but every day that goes by, it becomes clearer and clearer that these people are unbelievably evil. There is a clip I saw yesterday from, what is the name of the guy? I think I wrote it down, something, Lodger. I had the full name on a piece of paper. I thought it is going to be worth analyzing, sort of. It may be tomorrow or any other time, but it's definitely worth analyzing, because he came out, and he's not a Biafran, but he came out on this TV. I think he's probably one of these sections in Arise TV, but he came out speaking like us, Biafrans. He's just hitting the nail, but of course at the end, because he's also a Nigerian, what Nigerian is, he ended up as usual, but he really gave it to them all. He said, you Falana, Femi Falana, who says, of course we also know him, we know these people, that they are rejecting the fact that there's a Christian genocide going on in the country. He says he's the enemy of the country. This is how he put it. Say that anybody doing that is the enemy of the country, because that the evidence is overwhelming. It's everywhere for all to see. Then he began to point out instances, He said that, there's this collateral damage. Yes. The killing of Muslims, which they are trying to equivocate, is a collateral damage. Definitely. Because it's not the primary objective of the Islamic terrorists.
I think, my brother, that is the right language to use. There is a collateral damage which affects Muslims.
Yeah.
That is the right narrative. That is the truth and nothing but the truth. The collateral damage, when it happens, and there will always be this collateral damage.
There will always be. Always. In every conflict, there will be collateral damage, So, but their main focus is taking again, since this whole thing started, they've continued unabated. These Islamic terrorists.
Even as at yesterday, the Fulani terrorists, they attacked in Enugu State. As at yesterday, they blocked road.
Enugu too.
Enugu yesterday, they blocked road.
Yesterday,
I wasn't able to bring that. I saw the video that was somebody sent to me. In Enugu yesterday, they blocked road.
So you see that they mean business, because they've continued since Trump stepped in. They've like almost every day now. Because the same yesterday, was it quite about one of these Yoruba states, right? There's this Christian, should I say Christian evangelical or missionary, whatever it is, they were in a bus traveling, and this Fulani terrorists. Oh, you saw that too? Okay, that was yesterday. Well, luckily nobody died, but I think one of the bullets, maybe they hit somebody, and the person is in the hospital now. So you can see the intensification. They've really intensified, while probably the sponsors, the rest of them who are sponsoring them, they're being mindful of the fact that now they can also be a target by this US administration that God has propelled in this time we live in. And it's not just the only mission that God has bestowed on Donald Trump, but there are other ones, but this is just one of them. And people can say whatever they like. They can just feel anyhow they like. But the truth remains that God has given the man a mandate, a mission, and he's pursuing it. You can go to hell. He's pursuing it. You cannot sit down there. Nobody does anything. People are being massacred. even putting the fact that they are Christians aside, how do you do that? And Tinubu yesterday came out to say that that they will defeat the terrorism. And I look at this guy, and I'm like, what the heck are you? How do you are part of it? Your government, people in your government, the defense guy, chief, is implicated in the terrorism. Your vice president is in it, Shetima. These are facts. These are not some fabrication. These are facts. Shegumi is roaming about, a guy who we know has been liaising with the terrorists, coordinating other things for the terrorists, and he was deported from Saudi Arabia. You can't even touch him. You can't even apprehend him for questioning. And you are telling me, and I'm supposed to believe what you say, that just for the sake of saying it, that you will defeat terrorism. No, you cannot, because you are part of it. I've said it several. Yesterday, I briefly came in on Okocha's program, and I just spelled it out. I said, look, you people can either be deceived or deceitful, whatever it is, but Tinubu is much complicit as any of the terrorists. That is my judgment. Because and also I clearly broaden the term terrorism. To them, I say, look, you don't necessarily have to be the one shooting or wearing bomb to blow up someplace. No, the mere fact that you are in a position, you are the commander-in-chief, and for going to 3 years now, you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everybody know that he does nothing. But people are pretending as if Tinubu is not in it. He is part of it. Probably one of the reasons why Buhari and the Fulanis, they put him there to be the president, even though he wasn't supposed to. He's not qualified in any way possible. A criminal, he's on his own. So they probably let him know that, look, these terrorists, these Islamic terrorists in the north, they are our foot soldiers. You must not touch them. Don't go there. I am telling you, this probably is what has happened, that Tinubu sit there, close his eyes away why these things happen. Yesterday, before I closed work, because on that Okocha's program, so when this thing was going on, there's another guy who is from Serbia. Serbia is one of these new countries that was created out of Yugoslavia. The old Yugoslavia. So the guy, he said to me, what is going on that I had on news? So I brought out the video of these terrorists in this northern place where they came in hundreds and thousands of them with motorbike and arms and everything. And I told him that this is what is going on in Nigeria. And you know what he said to me? He said, do they have government in the country? I said, yes, that they do. Yeah, so he said, so why are the terrorists just roaming freely like they are the government in the country? I said, well, this is the question. Most people are either scared or whatever it is that they don't ask. He said to me, finally he said to me, the government is working with them. This is what a guy from Serbia, because yesterday I was in a different department. He told me, he said, no, this can't happen except the government has a hand in it. So for an outsider who is not, he doesn't even know anything, he just knew that that is how it goes. Then I told him that the current vice president is one of the founders of the terrorist Boko Haram. He said that he had heard about Boko Haram, but he doesn't know much. I said that he's one of the founders, and that the defense chief was also implicated, So he said, so obviously it's not going to work. This is how he told me, because if the government, people in the government have a hand in it, so you are wasting your time, you can't solve this problem. And it's been going on for more than going to 2 decades now. This terrorism, Boko Haram, is begun. So it's crazy, bro. This is crazy. But anybody because what they do, there's different element to this whole thing. Some of the elements is that, because again, not all the Yorubas, but there are lots of them whom, because Tinubu is a Yoruba man, they don't care. Whatever it is, however it is, they will always defend Tinubu, right? So, and there are those who are also, because they know that the more these things are amplified, the likelier and closer it is for the disintegration of the zoo. But trust me, that is the only solution. That is the lasting solution. That is the ultimate solution. Anything other than that, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your everything. So, and again, that is my wish that this U.S. government, at this time we live in, realizes that is the ultimate solution. Now, there is a caveat to it, and maybe we might dive into it slightly, and that is that this same guy I told you that was on Arise yesterday, he said something very interesting. And because, again, for me, I'm somebody, I don't shy away from anything, absolutely not, including the things that favors me and the things that won't favor me. I don't shy away from it. He said that why we have to be careful on some of these things is that the narrative out there is that Christian South and Muslim North. That is the narrative being paraded. But that if things turn out the way it's looking, then that the Christians in the North, whom are like not even 100 millions, if you know what I mean, the number of Christians in the North runs into millions, because of course, maybe it's not 50-50 like Christian Muslim 50-50, but nonetheless, it's huge. So the question is, so the guy was saying that if this goes ahead, then the life of the Christians in the North, in fact, that they will wipe them out. This is how he put it, right? This was yesterday. So then it dawned on me that Nnamdi Kanu also have said in some of his broadcasts in the past that we will be willing to welcome the Christians, exactly. The Christians in the North. But bro,
the Christians in the core North.
Hello?
Those Christians in the core North, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given them that open blanket. That is why this criminal, what is his name? This man, this one that called himself Coca. That is why Coca is talking rubbish, because he's from Borno State. They're from Borno, Sokoto State.
Yeah, but bro, you know that realistically, how possible? How would that pan out? That is another big question, because that's why I said I'm never shy of any issues, both for and against. I'm always on it, because if the Christians in the North turns out to be in millions, right? And if you're going to bring them, except it's not just going to bring them into Biafra land, but entire southern Nigeria, So like that, maybe it can be managed. Maybe then it's manageable, because to kind of reallocate.
Yes.
When you are allocating hundreds of people, maybe it's manageable. But when it's millions, maybe 20 million, maybe more, I don't know. So it's no joke. It's not an easy something to embark on. So, but I think the solution might as well, when we get to that point, the solution could as well be that they can have their own country, because Benue, Middle Belt is Christian for the most part, right?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explain that thing, he made mention of the core North. Having a man that the Middle Belt are their own. Middle Belt, they are of their own already.
Yeah.
Middle Belt of their own. But when we talk about the core North, Biafra land can accommodate them. The core North.
Okay, like South Kaduna, Southern Kaduna.
Even Southern Kaduna is part of the Middle Belt. Southern Kaduna is Middle Belt now.
Oh, really? Kaduna is not. Okay.
We're talking about Sokoto and Borno. Southern Kaduna is part of Middle Belt.
Okay.
Southern Kaduna is already with the Middle Belt. We are talking about Sokoto and Borno State.
Yeah, I'm listening.
The core North, those places where they have their Sharia is very, 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 very strong. These are the core North we are talking about. Something like that, Sokoto, Borno, Katsina.
Yeah.
These are the places.
Obviously, Yeah, obviously, these southern middle Beltans, they're gonna have to make up their mind because, first of all, we are not going to as Biafrans. Yeah, we have to look out for ourselves, the interest of ourselves, because at the end of the day, if you don't do what you're supposed to do for yourself, you will have no one to blame but yourself. So they're gonna have to make up, because when I listen to some of them, these middle Beltans, they don't show it. They always end up with the world, our country, Nigeria, stuff like that. So therefore, either they will be ready to face whatever challenges that comes to them, or they make up their mind to have their own republic, because they are also more than enough to have their own republic in terms of population. So that is one decision they're going to have to make, because again, the guy I told you, his name is Aloja something. I could look his name up. It was yesterday. So he was saying something. I think he's probably a middle Beltan himself, talking about the Christians in the north being wiped away if something goes on.
That is their fear. Why they are not supporting Biafra. You see, that is their fear. They're not supporting Biafra issue. But these people forgot that once Biafra gets freedom, it will give them the opportunity to have their own say. Exactly. Look at this thing that is happening now. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was around, the little birds were speaking boldly. They were holding their meetings and they were ready to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were even planning to go into alliance with Biafrans. Exactly. With the president of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu evangelism was not limited to Biafra land. No, yeah, that is true. The Yorubas were waxing strong then. They were holding meeting. We were holding meeting. 100%. We even had a joint force then. Yeah. There was a force that were formed then that was combining the Yorubas and the Biafrans. Yeah. And the Middle Belt also came. Even during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Middle Belt reached out to him. Yeah. But these people, they don't have that boldness and that number that we have. We have gone so far. All they need is to give that support. Forget about maybe they are not going to run with you. Once the issue comes on the table that Biafrans are living, everybody will tender their own issue. And you go, it's not only Biafra living. Definitely the Yoruba people are moving. The Middle Belt will go. Yeah. The Middle Belt will go. So, but when they continue to exercise this fear, they are going to massacre, and that is why they are not supported. Something like Koka. That is why today Koka, who knows that his own village is much more in danger than any other place. He's denying that there is no massacre. Koka was complaining about churches destroying his own area. But can you imagine that Koka today is telling you that it's not a genocide? Yeah. Yeah. Simply because it's incredible. What happened to his people when other people leave. So Mazi, the thing is, I don't know, again, it's a decision they're just gonna have to make, because either way, right? I mean, except they make this hard choice, they're gonna be massacred. Trust me, they will be massacred. So the earlier they begin to think positively, begin to think correctly on what to do, because it's coming, it's here already. It's here already. They will take the vengeance, they will put the anger, the vengeance, they will take it out on the Christians in the Middle Belt. So if you sit down and continue to procrastinate or continue to hope that it's not going to happen, it's already there. Nnamdi Kanu has said it many times. Even our PM was saying it, that these things, they are right there on your doorstep. And it's here now. Because one thing is also certain, that is that President Trump is never going to just continue to talk and watch why these things, why they continue to, they've shown their intent without a doubt. The fact that since this thing now started about a week or two ago, they have continued every day, like they have even intensified, because they are now continuing every day. So it's just a matter of time before US will map out a very good way to go and begin to hit them. They just have to hit them. So if you are saying, I saw this morning protesters
in the zoo. They are paid protesters that they are saying US stay away from Nigeria, blah blah blah. You know, but we know that this is what Tinubu and the APC. This is what they do. They pay people protesters. Where and you know, bro, you know, for you to know convincingly that they are paid protesters. The military, I saw the military guiding them more or less on their sidewalk. So I said, okay, but you know that if these were genuine protesters, the military would be shooting tear gas and live bullet and stuff like that and be killing them, which has happened in the past. But these ones, they are guiding them. Why they carry the banner saying America, leave Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. So you see, and this is what Tinubu and the APC have continued since ever. They paid fake pastors to come and present to themselves as pastors during the election. We all saw it. And they do during the SR, they paid. So these people are so shameless. They are so shameless. They do this thing repeatedly, and people know that this is what they do. Still, they don't care. Still, shame cannot even get to them. So, in my own conclusion, they are what they are because they don't know shame. The word shame doesn't exist in their dictionary. Nnamdi Kanu told them yesterday in the court, shameless people. The fact that you people continuously call this man president, a man that naturally should be languishing in the prison for his criminality, forever a criminal, you condone it, and everybody is calling him Mr. President. He did not win the election. We all know that. And he did not answer questions. It's just sad. It's just sad. Yesterday, one of my friends, he visited somebody in the UK. So from what you are saying, I just said, look, this is my opinion, but I will say it anyway. Anybody, I don't care who you are, if you are supporting the continuous existence of this evil demonic entity that was created from the realm of darkness, if you are supporting the continuous existence, you are evil yourself. This is what I just said to him. I don't care. I told you what I feel because all my life, I've not seen Nigeria changed. And there's nothing to show that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Absolutely nothing. Rather, it gets worse. And the other one say that America should rather support Nigeria, support their military to fight. They should coordinate with it. You see how deceitful these people are? How will you want Trump? How would you expect Trump and their military to go and work with Nigerian military to fight terrorists when the Nigerian militaries are the terrorists themselves? How does that work?
Tell me,
They came before. The American military came before to help out with the Chibok girls, and they sabotaged it. Nigerian government sabotaged it. So you want them to do it again? Oh my God! Look
at on our pastor. What did they talk? On our pastor finally don't make statement. You see all these criminals. You see them.
You
say tell Trump to delay action for 100 days. Set 90 days deadline for military to finish terrorists.
Oh. These
people,
Ekwenso.
Very untruthful.
Ike Hadago. Another one. Ike Hadago.
Objectives. He's the one that the only person that is more objective than other of them.
That is half true to know when it comes to speaking to.
At least in his own this, you can still find something you can say. Oh, at least he says something. Just like what he wrote here. He said here he said downplaying genocide as former headers clash is nonsense.
Well, but this is like how can I say it's a turnaround because initially he said there was no genocide in Nigeria. So for him to say, and a lot of people are having a turnaround also. Trust me, there are people who Elias, even this Fanny.
You can't hide it. How can you hide it?
Because internet doesn't lie, social media doesn't lie. So even do you know that Falana, that lawyer, he has come out to say that there's no Christian. Everybody knows it, but trust me, in no time from now, you will see him come and say something else. This is how they are. He will come and tell you that there's genocide, but he earlier said it. So oh my God, bro, it's terrible, terrible.
Plateau cleric threatened to drag Tinubu to ICC. Not drag anybody to anywhere. Plato cleric. They want to drag Tinubu to ICC. What did ICC go do? Those ones self did their own. They are part of the nonsense somehow.
Cleric, not be the Boko Haram people.
No, this one is a Christian. Is a Christian.
Cleric. Okay, well, because they have Muslim clerics also. Right, okay, so on what ground? Because Tinubu is supporting the terrorism, right? Or what?
Over alleged killing of Christians.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the same thing. Because in his mind, and like I said many times too, if you are not doing anything, you are commander-in-chief, and it's happening on your watch, you have said nothing, you are complicit, you are part of it. Everybody knows that. That is common sense. You know, it's not rocket science. You are the commander. If you order DSS to go and arrest Gumi now, they will go. If you order them to go and arrest Ali Modu Sharif, one of the founders, they will go. If you get up now and order Shetima, right? Order Shetima to stand down and to account. In other words, they will apprehend him, let him explain to Nigeria what he knows. Because they were found in his house. Kabiru Sokoto, when they were looking for him, he was found in Shetima's house. Everybody knows that. So the ball stops on Tinubu's table. He is the one. Except again, if you are just being mischievous, you don't want to speak the truth because you are evil.
Maybe Tinubu's name is in that list they gave him.
Okay, you just never know.
The list of those sponsoring terrorists. Where is he going to start? His name might be there.
Yeah, you know. So, but Choose, let me just say this quickly. The one thing that. Wait. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
So let me just say this. I will give you the mic. Yeah, the one thing that I'm so bitter and disappointed with the Yoruba medias, all this Sheun, all this Abati and Rufai, because they are all Yoruba. These guys are mentioned, and so many others. You know, the one thing that I'm disappointed about in them is that. Because they are not dumb, they are not stupid. Trust me, they are not stupid. Yeah. My brain is not better than theirs. They are just showing that evilness in them. Because otherwise, they are supposed to ask Tinubu, why is it that for going to 3 years now, you know that Ali Modu Sharif was one of the founders. You know that Gumi was deported from Saudi Arabia because of his involvement in terrorism. Why are you not? Why? So, but they will not do that. You know why? That is okay, because they are all part of it. You see, that's part of the arrangement. They don't want to do. My brother, it's a pity. All right, thank you.
Thank you, my brother. My brother, Coach, take the mic.
Yes. Good morning, Mazi. Good morning, yeah, I'm trying to come in before this. You are talking about Tinubu. You know the Tinubu case now, just like when the Arise Television or Channel TV was asking Soludo, what is he going to talk about the protest that is coming? That's on 20th of October about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is the response? He said that one said no even concern him at all. Waiting there in front now is how for him to conduct election in Anambra State and go back to office. It's just like the same thing now. Tinubu, waiting concern Tinubu now? Not even waiting from the talk myself. How are you going to buy the people that you want to buy and go back to office 2027? Because all these ones are not even concern him. Everything that from even the talk now says not even concern him. All these people that are talking about, number one of them is in vice. What are you expecting to do? It's possible, myself, make it. Like this, the same Soludo. When Soludo enter office, he used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to do campaign. When he finally entered that office, why he didn't remember anything concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because all of them, their hand is there. And which is on 27th of October, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call on all these Nigerian media, which is yesterday as well, which is 7th of November. he called upon British, that British tell them to jail him. They think that they're going to accomplish their mission. That is not done anyway. Every one of us has known the problem of Nigeria. Number one is that British. Then number two is all these stupid media, most especially all these Yoruba media, because they are not reporting what they're supposed to report.
At all.
Likewise, British. If at all their hand is not what is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their citizen was holding in Nigeria here. Over 10 good years, they keep silent. They come out to say they have washed up their hands.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called their name yesterday now.
Yes. The same thing that happened to American citizens that they kidnapped. I think America come for their own intervention. What is holding British for them to come? Because they're all of them, they are there. They are all there. They are, all of them are doing the same work. And at the same time, all these people that are talking about now, both Igbo governors, Igbo senators, all these politicians in Southeast, they are just there like puppets. Because they are the one that asked them to sit on that seat. I can hear. I still remember last time, one person he come out was telling this person, what is this name? What is this name? P2B, that if you want to become a president of Nigeria, you should go to White House. You go and do a Blakatabra. What did you say, myself? Before I can succeed of becoming a president of Nigeria. What is that telling you? They don't even know where their problem is coming from, but they're not speaking. See? That's what every one of us is supposed to know now. They know where their problem is coming from. But because of greediness, because of what we are going to eat, that is why they are not speaking out. I'm still saying it again. Nigeria do not know what is coming to them. Because this 20 they are talking about, them leaving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go even go like that, myself. Because this judgment they are talking about on 28th, I don't even nothing good will even come out of that judgment. Because there's no right assure if they leave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go. International world do not ask them, how did they bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? That case will now start again. Because this on 20th, we are going to know everything, sure. Because all this one they are even saying myself, they talk their own. Because I'm even quite sure that some people are waiting behind for them to complete their own judgment before they're going to take action. But the time is fast approaching. That is what they're supposed to know. But if I'm to say again, these Yorubas, this is the time for you to go and chain una dog. Because this judge will sit there as a chief justice of Nigeria, that is judging the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They should not allow that particular person to draw the whole entire Yoruba race to what they cannot finish. This little bird we are talking about now, they are chopping their own breakfast. Because the same British and the Fulanis use Gowon, which is the middle belt, to fight against Biafra during the war. This is their judge. We want to complete the mission of Gowon, because all of them will chop that breakfast when the time will come. Let me stop here, Mazi, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Chooks. Thank you for your contribution. I want us to listen to this interview that was granted to this idiot, one of the terrorists and the enemy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this Baba Ahmed. You will see in this interview how Baba Ahmed always try to drag IPOB into the discussion. When they are discussing and asking him questions, he will be diverting, I will be dragging IPOB into it. So I want us to follow up this very interview and see what transpired in this interview. It's an interesting one.
The Tinubu administration's ill-fated dalliance in the past week with President Trump and his optimus rage against the Nigerian government. The row has become more heated in the last couple of days, sparked by President Trump's renewed threat of military action against Nigeria over the alleged persecution of Christians. The situation has put the Nigerian government on high alert, with officials emphasizing their commitment to resolving the issue through diplomatic channels. The row is also now beginning to have economic implications, with the naira weakening against the dollar. So what's the best way for Nigeria to deal with this escalating crisis? Well, until recently, Akeem Baba Ahmed was one of the presidency's more prominent and respected aides. He was the special advisor on political affairs to the presidency. 100%. He resigned amid deepening frustration with Aso Rock. So now, having left that office, his observations have become unfiltered, and there's been no holding back on his criticism of his former boss. Not too long ago, he wrote an open letter to the president asking him to step aside for a new generation of leaders and not to go for re-election. He says the political system under President Tinubu has become calcified. So what does he make of this latest tiff with the Americans? And Akeem Baba Ahmed joins me now in the studio. Thank you very much.
Serious one.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
What's your
from Mauritania?
Yes, the Mauritanian man.
I'm shocked that even a president as unpredictable, as unconventional as Trump would contemplate those utterances he had made, the threat he had made it against a country like Nigeria. You would have thought that people would have said to him, be careful. This is not the kind of position we need to adopt against a country like Nigeria. We need to check the intelligence we have. We need to be careful the kind of utterances and threats we issue. And
you see, when these people talk about this intelligence they have, when they say, yes, do they have enough intelligence? I begin to wonder, are these people living in this planet Earth, including the people that listen to them? When they come and say, do the US have enough intelligence before they say what they say? Do the US have enough intelligence to take an action? I begin to wonder, what intelligence on the planet Earth does Nigeria have compared to what the US have? What intelligence does the Nigerian government have compared to what the United States of America has?
Every word that comes out of this man you are looking at now is mischievous. It's tacky.
You will see him now. The question that was asked doesn't have anything to do to IPOB, but the time we talk, you see him dragging IPOB into it.
Bro, we know these people. We know them. We forget it. We know these people. All of them, for the most part. Until I see one, but for the most part, they are just mischievous. Everything is tacky. How to lie, to deceive people. It's incredible.
Perhaps we need some kind of engagement first before we come really hard on a leadership which is very weak in a country which is already on its knees. If America succeeds in creating the worst situation in Nigeria, everybody will pay the price for it. This is a very delicate situation. And the worst thing we want is a falling out with America. We've been friends. We're allies. We've come a long way with each other.
Democrats.
Between us. This is the time when the U.S. should stand by Nigeria, ask us what we can do so that it can help.
But then the interesting thing about this, and I'm going to come to you about the way the Nigerians are reacting to it, but let's look at it from the American perspective, which is what you're doing now. I think the interesting thing about it is that what you're saying now has been the American position for decades. I mean, they've stood with Nigeria through the insurgency. At the time the Chibok were taken. They had people training the Nigerian army. They for a long period of time, they've been supplying. I mean, there were breaks in supply, but they've been fairly consistent in supplying Nigeria with arms, with intelligence cooperation, and all the rest of it. And through it all, nothing seems to be changing. I mean, the Nigerians, it's almost as if they're sitting back and saying, well, we can't trust you to deal with this insurgency situation and these mass killings. And I mean, to a foreign mind, not a Nigerian one, because we've become sort of inured to it, but to a foreigner, I mean, thousands of people killed. It doesn't matter whether they're Muslims or Christians, both are being killed. I mean, that's a shocking thing. If one person gets killed, America could go to war for that, for an American citizen. So,
you see my problem, my brother Christian. All these things people come online to talk, on their media talk, killing. Who are these people that are killing people?
It's the same people.
Why are they not mentioning these people? The people that are taking this innocent life. Why are people shying away from mentioning everything? You say they are doing it. Who are they? Who are they?
And they say,
and they will say,
yeah, and they will say Christian or Muslim. It doesn't matter Christian or Muslim, but who is the one killing Christian or Muslim? And you see, this charge now, again, for me, when they talk, I can understand, because he's a media journalist in the zoo, so they will always try to political correctness, sort of. So why not? Because this terrorist, Baba Ahmed, brought the issue of America coming to work with them. But Charles Anogo would have told him that America in the past they came to work with you people, but you sabotaged them. Who leaked the information to the terrorists in Sambisa forest? His people, him and his people, who want to use terrorism and legislative manipulation to Islamize and Fulanize Nigeria. But they won't speak like this. It's understandable, I know, their political correctness. What do you go?
It is so disturbing. It is so disturbing when I see certain things, the way these people ask their questions and the way they raise it is really, really annoying.
Yeah.
For them, it's an extraordinary situation. I wonder what you make of that.
Well, you make the point that the situation has been consistently there. The U.S. has perhaps run out of patience with Nigeria, and therefore it's taken on this hardline position. I'm afraid it's not exactly the case. Nigerian circumstances hasn't remained static.
If
you go back to 2009, when the first uprising of Boko Haram occurred, to where we are today, the mutation of some of these problems and also the addition of new challenges has changed the face of this conflict entirely. So we're not really talking about the same Nigeria. Nigeria today is dramatically different from Nigeria even 10 years ago. So
how so?
Well, because the situation is more dire, the challenges are more serious, the threats are more varied, sources of these threats are more varied.
In other words, the only thing that has been consistent, more overwhelmed by the situation.
Well, I think it's our leaders who have become. I mean, the only thing that has been consistent all of them is that we have bad leaders going as far back as perhaps after President Erdogan. All the way, all through the last 15 years, this country has been poorly led. Everything that happens to this country, you can visit it on the doorstep of our leadership. This is the country, a great country, great people, which has been poorly served by bad leaders, indifferent leaders. So if America feels, oh look, we're running out of patience, Nigerians would never get their acts together. It will continue this business of just saying, hey guys, there are enemies on their doorsteps, and we don't like them. And therefore they burst in and say, we'll fix this country. America will not fix Nigeria. The last thing we need is an America breathing down our neck and making Nigeria weak, because we can buckle under. And that is not good for this country. Nigeria holds a huge strategic position in the geopolitics, in the Sahel, in West Africa, in Africa. It's not the kind of country where You have a president who is used to getting his way, who says, okay, now give me Nigeria, bring Nigeria on the table, I will deal with it the way I want to. And then the language, the language of the Americans is not very encouraging. The intelligence, the statistics, there are grounds for this action. It does not indicate that you're dealing with a well-informed leadership that recognizes the fact that they are dealing with a very complex country. So I'm afraid the truth is the Americans haven't done justice for themselves either. So when you put all these things together, I think the point is that Nigerians, the door was opened by our leaders. We are where we are today because our leaders have failed us. President Tinubu has failed us. The president before him for 8 years had done virtually nothing about the increasing place of insecurity in our lives. The president before him hasn't done much either. And friends that should be saying to us, what can we do? Are now saying to us, fix yourselves or we'll fix you. And they know.
Maybe that's the kind of sort of electric shock and wake-up call that Nigeria needs. I mean, you have very outlined the fact that poor leadership, almost consistent poor leadership, has worsened the situation, made things deteriorate further. And yet we always, everybody is pretending as if the emperor is wearing new clothes when they're clearly not.
Exactly.
When he's clearly not. And it's all like constant praise. And if you say something out of the ordinary, maybe it is time for this country to really, and even if it takes embarrassment on the regional stage, the fact that Nigeria is shown not to be wearing any clothes and everybody identifies that, but it leads to a fundamental reset of things, because this country needs a reset.
Absolutely.
The amount of corruption, the electoral malpractice, impunity. You can't get justice from anywhere. If you're not somebody who's really prominent, you can't hope to get justice in this country. On what basis can we continue this way?
No basis. And we shouldn't continue like this. We shouldn't. We should blow the whistle. And the best way you can read the U.S. position is that it serves as a wake-up call. If we had lived with killers of all types in the southeast, in the IPOB, in the northeast,
stop and make me talk tomorrow.
This is his opportunity to drag Igbos into it. He just did. He had just found the opportunity to drag Igbo. Is it? Go ahead, my brother. We'll play it again, and you hear him drag it.
Okay, you play it again. But the thing is that this Mauritanian guy, there's nothing in his brain other than lies. Which is takia, and the manipulation, mischievousness. They know their goal, they know their agenda, they know what it is. He said that he condemned, because that's what they do. They will condemn it and they will tell you that America cannot fix the problem. That, in other words, America should stay away so that they will continue in what they are doing. Now, we know these people so well. He's not ready for America to fix the problem, and he knows that Nigeria, they won't even fix it because they don't want it. These same people, this Mauritanian guy and the rest of his comrades, they don't want Nigeria fixed. If you talk about restructuring, they will tell you restructure my foot. If you talk about regional independence for nation, they will tell you it's not going to happen. That we fought and we won the unity. Where is the unity? Where is the unity? Abdul Salami, that terrorist whose plane they were using to bring in food and ammunition. Everybody knows that. He just said a few days ago that this unity, we fought hard to. So, oh my God. But I'm happy that Charles Anagolo is being vexed this morning or yesterday. I don't know when they had this interview, but he's vexed. He's really, really angry that he can speak at least partially, half through, but he can't go all the way. Journalists, he cannot go all the way, because if he go all the way, maybe the British will order them to remove him, or the Fulanis will put pressure on the owners of the Arise to be taken out, to change him, stuff like that. This is 100%, bro. This is what happened in the country. All these Arise and channels, they are being sponsored, they are funded, they are financed by the British government, just like the SARS. They funded it. They create. Oh, Diego, brother, make me go.
The narrative that the worst media on the planet Earth have started giving. BBC, you saw their own.
Yeah.
You saw their own.
The same British, you know.
British,
okay.
Their BBC came out to promote their own program. They did their own documentary, and they said that it is not genocide. There is no genocide in Nigeria. You can imagine.
Look at that. And you know,
a whole BBC.
Yeah. You know, bro.
Hi, God.
That is why I say that we have only to go to thank and to continue to thank, because trust me, if it was Democrat that won this election, or if they have succeeded, in taking out Trump, and let's just say, okay, if we have had maybe Democrat in this White House, British would have collaborated with them to just sweep everything under the carpet.
Yes.
Under the carpet. But that is where that's where you can clearly see the hand of the maker of heaven and earth. Exactly. The power that is above every power. Thank you, my brother. Make we continue.
It's a bunch of idiots that Trump don't even grant them audience. This CNN and all those criminals, all those
evil
Western fake media to their face.
Yeah. BBC, CNN, MSNBC. Yeah.
Of the fake news. And they will be the first
MNBC.
Fake news.
Yeah. Shameful.
Let's listen and see how this idiot will drag the Southeast into this issue now.
It needs a reset. I mean,
absolutely.
The amount of corruption, the electoral malpractice. I mean, impunity. You can't get justice from anywhere. If you're not somebody who's really prominent, you can't hope to get justice in this country. I mean, on what basis can we continue?
Now listen to me.
No basis, and we shouldn't continue like this. We shouldn't. We should blow the whistle. And the best way you can read the U.S. position is that it serves as a wake-up call. If we had lived with killers of all types in the southeast, in the IPOB, in the northeast, in the Boko Haram,
he said, if we have lived with killers of all types, and he started from southeast.
Oh my God!
He started from
wow.
Have lived with killers of all types, and he started from southeast.
IPOB, because that is IPOB is the hindrance. IPOB is that.
You will hear when he mentioned IPOB. But could you imagine? We are discussing about genocide in
against Christians. Yeah, he mentioned IPOB.
And now this
that tells you
everything. He took it back to southeast.
Yeah, that tells you everything you want to know about these people.
Listen, you call IPOB.
Yeah, and sorry, my brothers, one thing quickly. When Charles talked about the fact that you can't get justice in the country, yeah, and the whole world is saying, including him, Nnamdi Kanu can't get justice in Nigeria, where they are trying to convict him on a law that does not exist. Is that justice? But he will not talk that. He will talk at POB.
And let me tell you, it was because of that statement, that justice that guy mentioned. That was why he dragged Southeast into it.
To IPOB, exactly. Because Charles Anogolu know that Nnamdi Kanu can't get justice because justice is not being served. That's why he brought the word. That's why he brought up the word justice.
The kind of politics that is going on in their media. If you don't pay attention, you won't understand. This people are very smart. You see, Charles try as much as possible to pass the message in a simple manner so that he can get the message. And he got the message immediately and responded. Mentioned Southeast after talking about killing. Then he mentioned Southeast.
Yeah. Nine and say Koniman died. Koniman bury him. Yeah.
How long shall we continue to pretend?
That is the big question. That is the big.
To say things the way they are. For how long?
And that is why anybody saying Nigeria, one Nigeria, or hoping whatever to continue, you as evil as they come, because they are night can never coexist. Never. Water and oil. There's no experimentation. There's no scientific whatever that can make that happen. That water and oil will mixed, or that day and night we cohabit. It can never, ever, ever happen. So these people, they are playing their brain, but we are blessed too. We have our brain. Nnamdi Kanu know this thing from day one, that these are not people. Oh my God.
Let's hear him.
Is that it serves as a wake-up call. If we had lived with killers of all types, in the southeast, in the IPOB, in the northeast, you have Boko Haram, in the Iswap, in the northwest, you have the bandits, in the north central, you have the...
Okay. As he mentioned IPOB, and he talked about killing, look at the kind of video that Charles is playing for him.
Yeah, exactly. What an IPOB be that?
Yes,
IPOB be that?
Watch. When you see this video they are showing now, you will show me where IPOB appeared.
Exactly.
It serves as a wake-up call. If we had lived with killers of all types, in the southeast, in the IPOB, in the northeast, you have Boko Haram and Iswap, in the northwest, you have the bandits, in the north central, you have the people who say they are Fulani hunters killing people and then being killed. It's enough. It's enough. Nigerians need to sit up and say to our leader, hey, it's enough.
And in the process of that sitting and talking to our leader,
exactly. And Charles playing that video, he's not just out of ordinary. He played it to let him know there is no, everything is subliminary. Everything. I'm telling you, this is a British trained guy now. He gets in bread now. The only problem we have with some of these our people is that the circumstance that have put them in this position, the fear, the apprehensiveness, and the position, the money, and it's a combination of so many things, instrument they have used to subjugate Igbo, and it's sad, and that is one of the things that kept Nnamdi Kanu in the position he is today, and Simon Ekpa, because we have to change it. If we don't change it, our generation to come, forget it. There's nothing for them. Thank you, my brother.
Now, at this very critical point in this country's history.
Well, I offered an opinion on social media, and I said I'm shocked that President Tinubu has still not spoken to Nigerians. I mean, as a leader talking to the people he leads. And it's really shocking. I posted that tweet, I think 3 days ago.
I saw that.
And as we speak, the president hasn't deemed it necessary to sit in front of the camera and say to Nigerians, I understand the situation in which we are. There's a huge quarrel that has broken out. Muslims are saying, oh, they're coming after us. Christians are saying, yes, they are welcome. And people are afraid, they are scared. They think that things are going to get worse, and they will get worse. If America does undertake any activity that weakens this country further, it's not doing justice to Christians or Muslims. So we're in a very bad situation. You would have thought a president would say, what does it take for President Tinubu to address the country? These are citizens, for goodness sake. He's our leader. We elected him. What does it take to get this president to say, fellow Nigerians, I understand the situation we are. This is regrettable. We're going to take the following steps in relation to the US. We'll take these steps in relation to the...
You see that this guy, everything that comes out of his mouth is mischief. That what does it take for Tinubu to come out and address this country? Addressing the country is not the solution. The solution is, I would have,
responsibility to others.
Yes, if this guy was human, if he was not a terrorist, if he was not one of the engineers of Islamization and Fulanization, he would have said, naturally, one would expect him to say, what would it take Tinubu to go and question Gumi? What would it take? Why would the president not have, why is he not, why is he afraid to
give a marching order to the military? Give a marching order to the military and give them ultimatum to finish this out.
Yeah, but at least those who created it and those who are financing it, what would it take to go and arrest them, question them? But he will not say that. He will only say, oh my God, people, this brain, Jesus. They think that they are smart. So they won't say the right thing, they shift blame. They push it to the other side. You see the problem? Yeah?
Shifting blame.
Yeah. The killings and everything, we're going to take these steps. What's wrong with that? That's what leaders do. For 2-3 lives, we know countries where the president leaves what he's doing and comes and sits down and speaks directly to citizens. Our president has not spoken to Nigerians. It's not as if public address to Nigeria, to your citizens, is anathema. What's wrong with the president?
It's almost like you're disdainful of the people, or you sort of...
or you have nothing to say to them.
You disregard them,
or
they're not
exactly,
important.
or you have nothing to say to them. And that is a terrible, terrible thing.
But are you struck by the fact that the Nigerian government acts as if these warnings from the US amount to insults and attacks against it, instead of, as you mentioned earlier, a wake-up call and a realization that corruption has virtually destroyed not just this country's economy, its politics, its bureaucracy, but also infiltrated and is potentially ravaging the military, the police. I mean, we're hearing of procurement scandals, allegations of stolen allowances, reports of weapons diverted from the front lines and ending in the hands of the militants. And yet the Nigerians are acting with almost a certain amount of arrogance, you know, and looking at as though these warnings are, you know, insults from the Americans.
Well, let's if the Americans needed advice, and if I would to advise the president from day one, I would have said your language should be very carefully chosen, measured. Your intelligence should be sound, strong, profound, and your engagement strategy.
You see, everything. A madman. This guy is a terrorist, a born terrorist.
He is a terrorist, 100%.
And this is why why they hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump calls them by their name.
100%.
Whatever he wants to do, he will call out the cancer. Name it. Name the sickness. Give the sickness a name before you talk about it. Identify the sickness. Name it.
Yeah, he's talking about intelligence. America has the best in the world, not even close, except for the Mossad, Israel. So all this terrorism that they have been culcating and been creating and empowering, he thinks America doesn't know that. The gadgets they are using, all the whatever, who owns them? Who creates them?
I think they have a secret. They talk about it, and when they talk about it, I laugh.
So true. On all three counts, he didn't do that. So even the Americans themselves didn't really. If that is the right thing to have done, threaten Nigeria and say, "Get your acts together, or we'll get it for you down." They didn't do it very well. This is a country of Muslims and Christians. And so this persistent tenor that, we're going to free our Christian brothers and all these things, it tends to...
You see what he said now? You see what he said now, that if the Americans have come to say, get your ass together, but they've said this severally. Trump, like 8 or 9 years ago, Trump told them about the genocide against Christians. And some of them were talking about genocide against Christians. So how many years or decades or centuries is it going to take them before they get their ass together? So these are walls of deception, because they will never get their ass together, because they have an agenda they are pushing with everything that is happening. And that is why Trump will not come and ask you to get your ass together again, because for more than close to 10 years, he's been singing this song of get your ass. Many times does he want Trump to tell them to get their ass together when Christians are being genocided in the country? These people, there's no...
And this language of Christian genocide was introduced by these people in order to remove Jonathan.
Exactly.
They were the one that carried the message to the United States.
They use it as a weapon when he sued to them. When he sued to them. Yeah.
They were the ones that carried that message to the United States. And they mentioned it, they called it Christian genocide. The president called it Christian genocide.
Okay.
Many of them.
Buhari, Tinubu. Yeah. Goes around, comes around.
And today, Donald Trump, even when he came in after Obama, he came in and he gave them this CPC designation.
Yeah.
That is enough to call their attention and put their ass together.
No, it's not a wake-up call for these terrorists called Buba Ahmed or whatever. Yeah.
They don't care.
Well, I think everybody is quite clear that most people are, most sort of rational, middle-of-the-road people are quite clear that the insurgency in this country, the attacks, the kidnappings, is not directed at one group. It is across the board. Christians are being killed, Muslims are being killed. I mean, traditional religionists are being killed.
Who is killing them?
Everybody is being killed.
Okay.
Who is that person perpetrating this atrocity? Who is that person? Why
they will not want to talk that.
That entity cannot be named. Why?
Yeah.
Now, ghost, they do them.
Oh.
Is it a ghost?
Okay.
Why is it that in their media, nobody can come into the media and name these people? Who are those perpetrating this atrocity? Who are they?
Yeah.
That was how they forced us not to talk about Fulani herdsmen. They told us to talk about herdsmen. Just say herdsmen.
Yeah.
That herdsmen are not only Fulanis.
Yeah.
Even when we know that these are Fulani dangerous herdsmen.
Yeah. And they force them
in Nigeria never to call it Fulani herdsmen.
and they bring the word bandits. They force them to call them bandits instead of terrorists, and they ran with it.
They ran with it.
Yeah.
They baptized it. Today, can you imagine? Every one of us in this platform, go and check the dictionary meaning of bandit.
Yeah.
Go and check the dictionary meaning of bandit and come back and tell us whether what you have in Nigeria today is bandit.
Okay.
Let everybody go and check the dictionary meaning of bandit. Then go and check the people that can shoot down an aircraft, have automatic machine gun, wipe away village. Are they bandits? This picture you are seeing today, now, this very video Charles is playing here, this will be bandits.
Killed. But the point is that people are being killed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the key point.
That's absolutely. And I think this is really the point that needed for the Americans. This point needed to have been there consistently from day one.
There's a political American thing,
yeah, I understand that. I understand that. And what it does is that it sort of dilutes the strength of the case that the Americans
well, not from their perspective. It strengthens their case.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I just read this evening that the U.S. hasn't been able to get the numbers they needed to get Nigeria listed as CPC. And that tells you one thing, that it's quite...
That the U.S. has not gotten a number required to designate Nigeria as CPC. I just showed you yesterday about 32. Was it not yesterday I showed it from... I'll still flash it again from Sahara, where they gave the number of senators that have already endorsed it and Donald Trump to go ahead.
Just like Aisha Yusuf. Because when they speak, is something in their heart, in their mind, what they wish, what they want, that comes out. It's been passed. Trump just have to assign it to but they just say it anyway. Yeah, that is the situation.
All of them, they are the same category. All of them be because this Aisha Yusuf that we're talking about now. He was even saying against the letter that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu write to Donald Trump. That protest myself is even against it. Likewise, the DVM, I've been a BDV, I've been a HIV. Likewise, every one of them that is this sponsored by the Nigerian government, they are against what is going to about this Donald Trump coming to Nigeria myself. But if killing happen anywhere, they'll quickly run to go and visit those places. But for them to mention the people that is doing that killing, they're not going to mention it. He come out the other day was telling us that you know what is holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is Southeast governors and Southwest governors.
Don't mind that idiot. He doesn't even deserve that publicity. That's why I don't mention his name. I don't talk about him. He doesn't deserve
all of them.
Who does?
The one that call himself
HIV. HIV. I will mention HIV. I don't know what that's the name because he's among all these people. Because they think they have the population of Nigeria youth that is following them. They're going to send anything to their own platform. Everybody is going to listen to them like that. They know that all these people, all these evil people that call themselves politicians, they can't come out to mention it to masses. They're going to listen to them. That's the reason why they are pushing it to the people they know. If they come out today to talk to youth, Nigeria youth is going to listen to them. But this time, Biafra is not backing down. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it. He stands on his ground. And that ground that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand, that is where every one of us that support the freedom of Biafrans all over the world, even the freedom of every indigenous people in Nigeria here, that is where every one of us is going to stand. Because they're not going to mention it. The NC person will kill almost 250 people. 501 people, they will say it's not genocide. What are you going to call those people, those ones? The people that even kill those people myself. For you to even mention them, as terrorists, you say it's X-Men. From X-Men, you say bandit. From bandits, you say farmer that crash. Who is deceiving who? Even before the president of America, even America entirely, before they even come out to mention anything, they have do their own findings. Because all these things didn't start today. When Donald Trump was in the seat before, every word that he did against Nigeria here, about this Nigeria, Joe Biden come and move it away. And the start of the whole thing that is happening in Nigeria here now is Obama. Why can't they mention that the same person name? The same person that's even against Christians in Nigeria here, they make him as a vice president. What do you expect him to do? He just like to carry chicken. To carry chicken, put inside cage. You know, tell this person, what's him this in the myself? Okay, let me just like to carry rats, put inside cage. You know, say cat to go and secure that rat. What do you expect him to do? You're going to kill the rat and chop it now. That is the same thing that is happening in Nigeria now. Vice president is the particular person that organizes this Boko Haram that is killing people today. You now make him as a head. You're going to kill. You don't give an access now to do what he's supposed to do. How did you continue, Abeg? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But let's focus on Nigeria. We have let the door open. We need to fix ourselves. Only Nigerians can do this. No one else can do this for us. And we need to get angry enough and tired enough of this kind of leadership to say, hey, listen, if for instance, if President Tinubu, he still has about 2 years or a little bit less than that, there's nothing wrong in saying to President Tinubu, fix insecurity now or forget 2027. It's a perfectly legitimate thing to say to the president.
You hold your
If we didn't say
account.
anything before, we should say it now. This is enough. We're fighting. We've let enough blood out.
Absolutely.
Criminals and killers now think Nigeria is in a free fall. We are not.
Absolutely.
And we're tired. It should stop.
But are you...
You see, they will always look for a soft spot that will allow them carry out their criminality. Yeah. They don't want any intervention. They don't want anybody to just say, hold your leaders accountable. And the next thing, go and participate in the election. They have diverted the of election. Today, I think Anambra State is voting today. In the midst of all this terrorism, in the midst of all this calamity that is happening, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I have a guy in
Anambra. The intention of everybody now. Look at him now. Diverting the attention of people now to election 2017. Instead of talking about the present situation.
Okay. And he said, hold your leaders accountable. Which leader? You hold them, the same terrorist military comes out and shoot the people down. Yeah. What happens? Nothing. And when his own brother, who was carrying out the agenda they generally want, was doing everything, he didn't say nothing. They did absolutely nothing. Only to he come out on TV and say the previous government failed woefully. But he was the one spearheading the Islamization and Fulanization. The Sharia that has brought destruction upon Nigeria. How is it that Sharia should be allowed to be in Nigerian constitution? To the extent that now their effort is how to broaden it so that everybody can be affected, whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, whatever, you'll be affected by Sharia. That is their push now. It hasn't worked yet, but that is what the senators are talking to in the US. That why on earth should Sharia be in the constitution of a country, so-called secular system country? They will not. He will not talk that. And again, my guy in Anambra, I was talking with him yesterday. He said that people are, campaigning to go and vote, stuff like that, blah blah blah. I think it's today. So,
yeah, it's today.
Obviously, if our peer was around, all these things won't be happening. But it's okay. I know that Chukwuka Abiyama will be, once we cannot do, we will do our best, and as he will be complementing it, God will be putting his own for the implosion of Nigeria. I always say that it's going to implode from the inside. From the inside, the disintegration is going to be coming as it's coming from outside, because they are holding our two leaders, and they know that was the target. Audio.
Yes, and before I continue to play the video, anybody that is Anambra State and you call yourself a Biafran and you go out and you see in those elections, you're a fool.
You're a big time, yeah?
Nobody need to preach to you and say, don't go and vote. I don't have that time.
Yeah.
Nobody, at this point in time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already said it that the last election when he was around was the last that can be held. Yeah. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it clearly. Mazi Simon Ekpa said it clearly. So you are still waiting for me to come and tell you again, don't go out. Yeah. Go, if you like, go. If you like, go. Even for the fact, the judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday is supposed to make you more angry. It's supposed to be the reason that everywhere will lock down.
Exactly.
The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday is supposed to make people angry, not to go out everywhere. You don't need anybody to tell you to sit at home or do that judgment yesterday. When you see all those videos fly right around, it's supposed to make you very, very angry.
Yeah.
Not to go out.
The man who is fighting for your own future, your own life, your children is in languishing, and you are going out to vote. And even though Soludo came out to say that he doesn't care about Nnamdi Kanu, that what he cares about is the election.
He doesn't care.
Okay.
So somebody will still come out, and a Biafran will still come out and say you want to go and vote. Shame on you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Encouraged by the fact that discussions are happening in the US Congress about targeted sanctions, not against Nigeria as a country. And that's the bit I'm asking you about whether you're encouraged by, but against individuals such as politicians, military chiefs, etc., who they accuse of enabling the violence or corruption, etc. I mean, do you support the fact that they're threatening to activate that list?
Absolutely. If the Americans or anybody outside Nigeria has evidence that there are Nigerians who are actually directly or even indirectly involved in escalating the insecurity, please get these people. And they should do more. If you have evidence that people are stealing our money and bringing it to your country, stop it. If you have evidence that people have stolen elections and they come to your country...
You see, now he's choosing his own side where he wants.
Exactly. Corruption.
But now they have an evidence of the genocide and they want to stop it. You don't want that aspect.
Yeah, the list of the financiers, and he quickly pivot to if they are bringing the money.
The government was part of it. He was part of the government that was giving that.
Exactly. Why will he not ask Tinubu on this platform to go after the financiers of the terrorism, because they have the list? The list has been given to Tinubu. In fact, he was also given to Buhari, and Tinubu have it. Why will he not go? He will not stress on that point, because that will affect the agenda. We know what they do.
For holidays, they're buying homes. Stop them. If they steal our money and they send our children to their children to your country, stop it. Stop giving them visas. These are the ways in which we can do. If we have problems with our military and intelligence, help us. You're America, you can help us. But this battle has to be fought by Nigerians. Because Nigerians have suffered long enough, and we can't fix this. But the first thing we need to do is to fix the leadership. And the best way Americans can help us is to hold our leaders the same way we're doing, accountable for what's going on. And two, to ask, what can we do? And there's a lot they can do. And again, let me repeat, any hostile act that makes Nigerians weaker is actually jeopardizing the recovery of the country. It's not good for Nigeria, it's not good for America, it's not good for the world.
It's not good
this
for
is a
Nigeria,
country
for
on
British
the edge.
company.
It should not be pushed.
Yeah.
But do you think this unprecedented global attention, just in itself, even if it doesn't go further, but if that attention remains focused, that it could force change in this country? Is that something you are hoping for?
Well, whether we like it or not, we are living in a global village. Let me use a very popular cliche. I mean, the world knows our situation, which is the reason why those who really are concerned about what's going on in this country, look, there are attempts by interests to take over huge territory, part of Nigeria, part of Chad, part of Cameroon, part of Niger, and turn it into the global headquarters of terror. Those in intelligence circles know this. I'm saying this publicly now. A lot of people know this. We must never allow that kind of thing to happen. We don't want to live under ISWA. We don't want to live under Boko Haram. We don't want to live under Lokarawa. We don't want to live under IPOB. We want to live.
We want to live on.
This man is very funny.
Hey, you want to say Boko Haram, you now say IPOB. Man,
I knew I wanted him to say that before I stopped him. You see this man.
Yeah.
This is how they are.
Hey, IPOB doesn't want to live under you. We just want to be on our own. God damn it. We don't want to live under one country.
We are not with them.
With terrorists. People who believe that you can stone somebody to death and set fire on them just because they blaspheme. We don't want to live with such people. People who believe that you can stone a woman to death just because whatever. Adultery, whatever. Or somebody cut up their...
Somebody just sent to my phone, what it day before, 4 days ago or 3 days ago, the video of Deborah, how Deborah was gruesomely murdered.
Yeah.
They stoned that girl, the poor innocent little girl was stoned until she gave up. After she gave up, they have to put tire on her and set her on fire. And the people that committed this crime, they all appeared on video.
Yes. The whole world see them.
They were all on video. An innocent girl.
Until today.
For a suggestion she made on a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Keep our WhatsApp group sane and don't post religious thing in it. As simple as that.
Yeah.
And that
Bro,
girl was something.
Can you imagine what her soul, what her blood crying unto the high heavens? He breathed and took the last breath. They were stoning her. And this one I told you, this theological guy that I saw yesterday showed the picture of Deborah and everything and said, tell me any country anywhere in the world where this thing will happen. And the perpetrators, their faces, everything was on the camera. And years down the line, they are not apprehended. How does that? If this happened, I would not even say Britain or America, even Ghana. If that thing happened in Ghana, the government, bro, if it happened anywhere else, the government will stop everything and they will go after the perpetrators until they get them. But you know what, in Nigeria, they sweep it under the carpet. And Sultan or Sultan of Sokoto said that people, the word he said that was that people should be careful when they talk about religion because it's very sensitive. Jesus Christ. These are the people who want to live in the same country with.
The same narrative they are pushing now that Trump should not name the terrorists killing people in Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter who is being killed. The people, why not mention the name of those people?
Yeah.
Was Trump wrong in calling that name? Was he wrong? He's not wrong.
Under the Americans.
Exactly. And we don't want an American, we want, and America has been our friend for goodness sake. The point I'm making is we shouldn't fall out. This is the time when a real friend will come over and say, listen. This thing has gone on for too long. What can we do? And there's a lot the Americans can do for us. For instance, they can't sanction our leaders, but making lives more difficult for ordinary citizens or taking on Nigeria in a hostile manner or setting us up against each other is the last thing the Americans need to do.
But what about the fact that we have been doing it to ourselves? Because obviously optics are very important, aren't they? And if they're not right, they can come across as very damaging. I mean, take for instance the fact that Nigeria has a Muslim president and a Muslim vice president. In a country where there's always been balance. If the president comes from the Christian community, the other one comes, it's a Muslim. And that has reinforced the perception of an absence of prominent Christian figures in security. I mean, if you look through quite a lot of it, that's the perception people have. And as I said, optics are very important. Do you see how that can reinforce the belief in a Christian community, not necessarily the whole country, but in a Christian community under attack, that they're on their own?
Charles, you know, it will be interesting. If you know what the Muslims say, what is the point of having a Muslim president and a Muslim vice president if Muslims are dying in these numbers?
Yeah, but it's also it's the optics.
I understand that.
And, I'm not saying that is correct.
No.
But
I
it reinforces that.
Absolutely.
The optics, especially for people international, saying, well, look at what's happening. They've got this, blah, blah, blah. They violated
See
the
how
code.
you brush it off as if it doesn't matter.
You could say,
of course,
in fairness, if you want to be fair, you could say, okay, those people were elected. So Nigerians were given a choice between elect a Muslim ticket or elect a Muslim Christian ticket.
But we know the way the elections are alleged to have
For
gone.
the sake of argument, let's assume that President Tinubu and Vice President Shettima are elected people. But I agree with you. The optics suggest, for those who don't like it, that this is a country dominated by the Muslims. But we're a country of people who count on, I think, how many generals in the recent shifts changes are Christians, how many are Muslims. This is a country of Muslims and Christians.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we should raise our levels of sensitivity in what we do, in everything we do. The inclusion must be a key element of everything in Nigeria.
I agree.
And we should stop this business of saying, oh, more of us have been killed. Every single...
You see the thing, when they come to this sensitivity, they talk about this sensitivity when it has to do with their own religion. But when it has to do with Christian, they don't care how you feel.
Yeah.
They don't care about your own sensitivity. They don't even care how you feel. Look at when this question that was posed to him about the Muslim ticket in Nigeria.
He tried to water it down.
He brushed it down as if it doesn't really matter. That the people voted for them.
Yeah, but he knows, and he knows in his heart of heart that people did not vote for them. He knows. He knows. And more so, if I was to ask him a question, I will ask this terrorist guy from Mauritania. Deborah was publicly executed. Those that committed the crime, where are they? Let me hear. Let's see what he will say. Because the fact that these people are not speaking up benefits them, but the written, the core issue that is destroying Nigeria, they don't talk about it. How could that happen in Nigeria? That these days, many years down the line, the perpetrators are just disappear. And the government did not make it a priority to bring them to justice, so as to set a precedent, so as to act as a deterrent for others. But they didn't do that. But guess what? They keep doing even more. Well, about a few weeks ago, we talked about the Christian Igbo guy why would those things happen? Yeah, God.
The 16 people, the 16, I think they say is untied, what they even call it myself. The 16 people that were born in Iromi last time, I think the whole internet, they want to bring the whole internet down.
The fake hunters, the first hunters that will attack in Iromi.
That is what they say. But even the people of Iromi, even the people that take that action, they know that all those people that are number one terrorists. Because you leave your house, you enter another person compound with guns. You say you're hunter. You say our own community na forest then. You go see elephant. Human being don't talk to
hunt. You won't come catch a tiger.
Human being don't turn to mosquito where you won't come catch me. They know what they are doing. Make Donald Trump even come tomorrow self. We even need them even come now self. They are even wasting time. They are wasting time. If I'm to say,
life, like you said, every single life that we lost matters. It doesn't matter where.
Absolutely.
Now, the final point I think about this is Nigerians need to get a little bit more angry, not violent, but we need to be more angry with our leaders. They've taken us for granted for too long. They think that this insecurity will live with it for too long. Nothing. Don't worry about it. You change service chiefs, change a few generals here, move them around, and nothing would happen. They will come back again in 2027, and the same people will come back.
Absolutely.
No, it has to stop. It has to stop. A leader that cannot secure his people has no business leading us.
Absolutely.
And I think we need to tell these current leaders,
Absolutely.
fix insecurity now, or in 2027, we'll reject you.
And in that regard, let me change gears slightly and move away from Donald Trump and turn to domestic Nigerian politics. I mean, this is something that you've raised volubly in the last couple of weeks as well. We've seen a lot of defections to the...
I think we stop this idiot here. They've started on about it. We're not interested in this area. We are done with the ones we are done with. So we're not interested in this one. Let us see another one. There's another one I got from VOP. Let's see what the VOP have to say on their own. And we also set that.
Na Trump abatago gbanyere onye ukwu na onye nta fim kwuo na ọ ga-eji ndị agha Amerịka wuchie ma ọ bụrụ na ogbugbu a na-egbu ndị nke Kraịst gaa n'iru n'ala anyị bụ Naịjirịa. Baba Ahmed si Bola Ahmed Tinubu ikwesị alịpụtagwo afọ ala anyị okwu mee national broadcast na ya bụ ihe na-afịatụ kamgbe ụbọchị Friday Donald Trump gbanyere Naịjirịa fim. Barịsta ọ dị gị ka nke a bụ ihe dị oke mkpa na Bola Ahmed Tinubu ekwesị alịpụtagwo afọ ala anyị okwu.
I think mana ọ bụ national broadcast nke ọ na-agba ndị mba na I work with you na mmiri ga-arụpọ a ga na-ekpochapụ wakpo na Nigeria. Otu ochi ghọta okwu adị Igbo onye ọbụla na-atụ ụjọ ịgwachi Donald Trump n'okwu. Ndị nọ na gọọmenti Igbo ha na-atụ ụjọ ọma ka ọ ga-ekwu national broadcast na asụgharịa ya isi nsogbu agbawanye. Even a National Assembly member, mgbe ọ na-edu ndị mmadụ n'iyi ọrụ ya wụ Sinetọ Akpabio enweghị okwu. Ọ sịrị kwuo ajụjụ niile na-ajụ ewepụla ebe na-akpọtụ Donald Trump aha ya ọnụ ukwu. Ọ sị onye emekatakwara kwute okwu gbasara Donald Trump. So ụjọ na-atụ ha ele ihe ọ na-ebrokast. Ọkadịma na-ekwu igosi oke ebe ya tiri ime ihe a na-esi eke emezie ya na so enweghị ọ ga-ekwu maka anya onye ọ bidoro ya onye a na-ekwu ọmara n'onwe ya ọ ma na onye abịa n'isi ọmaghị ọ ga-ekwu na jima na-akpọ ya ma direct onye ọ na-eme avoid.
Barrister mba China onye prime minister mba China n'izute na Abuja ụnyaahụ na ekwu na China ga-akwado ndị agha Nigeria na China ga-eji ndị agha ha site n'ịkwado ndị agha Nigeria n'efu na-alụsoro ya bụ ndị amaka ekwu a ndị a na-eme ndị mmadụ ọrụ agha n'anya ọgụ. Ọ dịghị na nke ikpeazụ a
ndị awụ ndị isi kedebe ha na kemgbe ndị awụ ndị isi akụlụba ala anyị ọhawa na-ezu ya enwere ya ihe ọ na-eme ka emekweshọ na gịnị ebe ha si ozu agaghị imeji. So kemgbe ihe a na-eme ele ma ha bịara n'otu abịa kwụsị ahụ m akwagunu rada ndị China na ndị ịswapụ na Boko Haram na-arụkọ to ha so ha na ha na-arụkọ ọhawa na-akwado ha ndị China azụrọta ha na-eme ihe a ha na-ezu gold na ihe ndị a ha na-ezu na nọtụ na-aga n'ihu. Ndị China adịghị redi inyere gị aka ọ dịghị redi ọ chọrọ ife akụzi ya ma Naijiria ọ ga-agafe ya gasịa ka ha were ihe ha na-ewere ọhịa ha nọ na Afrịka na-eme China ewughị onwe ọdịmma dị Afrịka enweghị ọdịmma ya na n'obi.
Barrister ka ilenye anya na nke ikpeazụ a dịka ya bụ ihe na-afịatụ mba Amerịka na Naịjirịa Donald Trump mba Amerịka ṅụọ n'iyi na ha ga-ekpochapụ Boko Haram n'ihuru ihe ha mere Al-Qaeda na ọ bụ ihe ha ji Boko Haram. Nke a bụ ajụjụ nke abụọ wee bụrụ ka ihe siri kwuru ugbu a ndị omeiwu mba Amerịka apụtala ma kwuo na ha chọrọ enwere akwụkwọ iwu ugbu a bụkwa nke ha chọrọ iji were mechie Miyati Allah na ndị otu ya ha chọrọ iji were na nke mbụ ya bụ akwụkwọ ha ji eme njem na a ga-amachi ya. Nke abụọ wee bụrụ enwebe ọbụla akụlụba ha dị anapụghị ya n'otu n'otu. Barrister ka esiri hụ nka
mgbe e kwuru okwu oge gara aga akwa n'izu ụka yes si nke nọ n'iwu ka Amerịka ha bidola ha na-akwụsị mgbe ha banyere Iraq akwache n'ọrụ egwuregwu ugbu a ma onye isi ndị ndu Iraq na-anụzi pawa ndị a na nwere mgbe nọ na-asịkwasị na Iraq ha ememilala ha so ndị na-eti anya na-apụta ha na-ekwu Igbo icheta mgbe nwoke awụ onye isi ha ndị na-eti ala mechara ihe o mere ha kwụrụ n'ọkwa na-agagharị ichetara ihe a mere na Naịjirịa so otu Amerịka wirire nwayọ na-ede ha gbatara ndị bụ isi nsogbu na Naịjirịa and one by one a ga-enwetacha ha one by one ebe ha bụrụ na sọsọ ha nọrọ Amerịka ga-enweta ha
mana barrister ya bụ akụkọ gakwara n'iru ma kwuo na ndị gọvanọ dị 12 na Amerịka na-enyochakwa ha n'ihi na ha wepụtara ya bụ sharia law ọ bụrụ ụjọ otu ụzọ maọbụ bụ ọkachasị ka o siri metụta Prọfesọ Mohammed ịma ihe ga-eso ya ọ bụrụ na ile anya ndị gọvanọ niile a na-ekwu okwu a ha bụcha ndị okpukperechi alakụba mmadụ 12 ha
chicha n'ugwu
Amerịka si na-enyekwere ha anya n'otu n'otu n'ihi na ha si na enwere ka aka ha siri dịrịcha na nkwado na ogbugbu a na-egbu ndị okpukperechi Kraịst na mpaghara ugwu.
Good, exactly. Igbo in fact ọ bụrụ na ha meghe ndị a eziokwu niile ọ ga-eme ndị a mara na dike kakwa dibịa.
Yes.
And I'm sure ebe a ha ebidola ha agaghị akwụsị a ga-emeri ya till every one of them. Ndị a niile agbara na ha chicha n'ugwu Adigbo ha ihe na-ewute bụ Adigbo onye isi ala kedu ebe ọ nọ arụ a na-eme okwu Amerịka na-abịa na-abụghị ihe ga-emenụ ọ nwere ikwu ya n'ọnụ everybody is freedom of speech I want unity in Nigeria ọ nwere ikwu ya n'ọnụ ọ bụ ime ya n'aka mee ya na-eme ihe ha na-eme gụọ onye isi ala ga-elepụ anya dị ọla asọ enweghị ihe na-ekwu ga-akpachi ha nkịtị emechala nwunye lụrụ alụ maka na ọ bụ onye Kristian na asị gịnị na Chineke zo-egbuo ya maka na ọ bụ onye omume Kraịst nwunye lụrụ alụ so ebe onye isi ala na-aga edipend nwunye ya Adigbo na Toronto abụọ ka ọ ga-edipend ịmara na ekele agafele isi nkwu aka ebe ha mere onye atụ nwunye turugbo kwụ abụọ ka ihe gụwa na nwere egwu
aka sị na anyị nwere ohere ịkpọ ya bụ atụmatụ okwu Donald Trump na nke ikpeazụ anụwa maka na ọ bụ n'asụsụ Bekee mana ọ bụ na ohere ịkpọ ebe a echi achị wekwa iwe n'akụkụ nke ọzọ n'ihi na ka o si kwu ihe a na ọ bụrụ na ha emeghị ọsịsọ na ihe a ga-eme Nigeria agaghị ahụ ya n'anya mana ha ga-eme ya n'ebe ọ ga-atọ ụtọ
otu Amerịka na-ekwu okwu ugbu a ndị agha Amerịka na ha akwadoro anaghị eme planning I'm not joking ha ga-emecha ihe a na-ewere ya tụfuo ọ were ya tinye n'okpuru tebụl mba Donald Trump agwụla ha na ha anaghị ya pass immediately so kedu ihe na-akọ ya because ihe na-ebere karịrị na Nigeria Adigbo akụkọ dị na Toronto gara desi Tinubu ịkwụsị ihe a na-emenụ ya gwa ndị amị ha bịara na Benue Plateau ndị a niile gara agwakọ ndị mmadụ tupu ha n'obodo ha ha ga-akwebe aha tupu ha ndị ahụ ebido ugbo ya nwere ike ime ndị Amerịka si yes something is being done.
100%.
Bro.
That is it now. Because that is if you want to show seriousness, that's how to show seriousness.
Do something.
All those people in the IDP camp, they have their home, they have their village, they have their country.
Do something.
And people are occupying their land. People are occupying their home or their villages. People are
renaming it. Renaming it.
Renaming it.
Yeah.
And you say you have a government, they do nothing. So if
that is why
first thing is to return everybody in Benue State, the IB camp, in Plateau,
exactly.
the IB camp, in Kaduna, Southern Kaduna, return them back to their villages.
But Brachus, Tinubu will not do that, and the people in Nigeria, the media, they will not hold him to account. They will not. You see one of these pictures you showed earlier. They gathered probably in Aso Rock, and Ruben Abati, and so many of them, maybe 12 or more, I don't know. The Robbie, Jamboree, these are evil bunch of people who go and make a move. Lady US, let Trump see that you are serious. Not to come out and tell us that we will defeat terrorism. Just a mere word. But it's right there in your front. Go to Middle Belt, use the military to drive out the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram and the rest of them. Drive them out and return the original people of the land. Then it will be seen all worldwide that you are serious. But he will not do it because he's part of it. I am telling you is because it's part of it. And you can slice it however you like. That it may be because he's aiming for the next election, where in that case, that is treason too. Because your primary objective as a leader is protection of life and properties. So, yeah, audio.
But it's not the kind of carry on Isiala. Ọ dị ka ya bụ ishu ndị a niile okwu ede ala na ọ karịrị onye isi ala ndị agha n'ihi na ọ bụrụ na ị na-anya na atụmatụ okwu Tinubu n'onwe ya ị ga-afụ na asị na ọ bụkwa na ọkpa ka eji achụ ihe dị na mmiri na a na-agbakọ n'ụzọ uru na ịfụ na ihe niile bụ ihe ewetara n'ọnọdụ ka mma
ya awa arụrụ ala na agụgọ kpọta ọrụ ndị okpukperechi Kraịst ọ gaghị iji nwayọọ kpọọ ha ka akpa nkata ya were gaa bekee ha ọkwa ya to handsome ori na-eke ndị na-ekpere Kraịst agaghị esi ka abịa ka akpa ya ka ha nọ na tebụl ga-emewa tebụl discussion mana ndị a na-awakpo ndị mmadụ gọọmenti nọtiri ya akpọrọ ha were egbe na mma na anyị niile were bịa mitin ha na ndị gọọmenti na-akpa nkata a na-enye ha ego iji mejọ ewu iwu abụghị na a na-enye ndị bandit free medical health care ndị gbado egbe jiri tụta ha ha bịa gọọmenti agwọkwa ha ụlawụla nsogbu ebe ihe a na-eme eluigwe dị n'ebe ahụ a ga-agwọ mgbe a chọrọ imego ihe a mba Tinubu agaghị ya na-eme ewu ka emere ji oyi adị Igbo na atụ ha tụrụ ha ntị ya na-eme ya wugiri emere oyi elu ka ndị ji mejọ Donald Trump nke amaneji ya ka amaneji ya ka Donald Trump pụọ n'ọchịchị ịhụ ha lọghachi bak dama ihe tụrụ niile.
Barrister, ọ bụrụ na ile anya kamgbe mkpụrụ ụbọchị ole na ole kamgbe ụbọchị Fraịde Donald Trump buru bata 18 enweghị onye na-ekwute 2027 agala nọrọ n'otu akụkụ maka na tupu Trump abata enweghị ntị anya na-anọpụ mana kamgbe Trump batara enweghị onye kwedo okwu 2027 Barrister n'ihe niile ugbu a dịka Amerịka na Trump weziri anya ha niile chinye n'ala anyị bụ Naijiria ọ dị ka nke a ga-emetụta Bola Ahmed Tinubu nweta mmeri nke ugboro abụọ na 2027
izi na Anambra election na nwere ndị kwuo okwu ya aka nwunye kwugere ọba ọ bụrụ si na ya ebidoghị gịnị ma na eji ala bụ otu ndị APC na Tinubu ga-eji ekwu ndị Anambra steeti awụgịrị Anambra steeti as long as the president onye ga na-anụ n'ikuku na onye ga na-anụ n'ikuku ya bịakwa onye ọzọ dike n'ibia ọ kparị n'ọnụ ụwa dị Igbo dike n'ibia ọnụ apụghị aha ahụnye kwubiere ọba.
Barrister ebe ọ bụ na ikwutela ya bụ ya Anambra ka anyị laghachigazi azụ na Anambra maka na echi ofe ọtụọ anọ m tata na-ekiri nnọọ onye director of voters education ebe ọ nọ
anyị na ụlọ akọchana ụlọ abana na Naịjirịa anyị ekwusi ya na nke gbasara anyị gawa.
Yes.
Anyị na-akọsi ya na enwezi ihe gbasara anyị ụlọ na-akọzi akụkọ election ọnụ. That one concern.
Yeah.
You see, that guy made a very great point. If it was before, Tinubu would threaten to take over Anambra State.
Like he did in Edo, in Benin.
They will begin to threaten. But this very word of Trump have made them
shut him up.
Body shut up.
Yeah. Trump. Hey.
But no matter what happened, we must not lose our guard. For us, we are no longer part of this zoological republic. We are gone and we are gone for good. We are gone and we are gone for good. So any place you are, as a Biafran, remember that our prayer and support will always go with our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Also remember our Prime Minister, who is there for us. Very soon we are going to focus on Mazi Simon Ekpa because we are focusing on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because his own case now is getting to an end and every eyes is there. So we cannot afford to keep silent. We have to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a voice now that his case is being faced on. The whole world is focused on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we are focusing there, using him as every project. As soon as we get done with that, a time will come when we will go to that of case Mazi Simon Ekpa, and we will face it. Finland will definitely pay for what they did.
Yeah.
Finland, the same shame that Nigeria is facing today, that is the same shame that is going to cover Finland very soon. This same disgrace that Nigeria is facing today, the same fate is going to fall on Finland very soon. You can imagine the country that Finland is taking information from. A failed state.
Yeah.
A failed state that doesn't even have they can't even secure themselves. Look at all these things we are talking about. All these things people are crying. This thing that Trump is trying to prevent was what Mazi Simon Ekpa was trying to prevent in his own territory.
Yeah.
That's what Mazi was preventing in his own territory. And he was singing about it every day. He was singing about this genocide every day. He was singing about it. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have written a letter expressing the same thing Mazi Simon Ekpa was fighting on a daily basis. The same thing that made Finland to remove Mazi Simon Ekpa and allow for the genocide of the Biafran people.
To continue.
Created room for genocide of Biafran people to continue.
And up to today, in spite of Trump and American involvement, calling it out for what it is, in the rest of the world, Finland, they will not even show remorse to apologize for what they did to our PM. But the record, we will not forgive. We will not forget. So let them continue. You see the Austrian guy, I don't know if we've talked about the Austrian guy who was NATO chief before. Have we talked about it? Or have you seen the video, Mazi?
No, I've not seen the video. We've not talked about it.
The one who called, he was appealing to Trump and the European Union for support to free Biafra from the S called Nigeria. To support.
I saw that. You said that guy was an ex member.
I've not really Googled to see what his designation but I heard that he was a member of the NATO, either NATO Parliament or something like that. But probably not anymore. But it's on the surface.
I think he's chairman of NATO in Austria or something like that.
Well, okay. So he apologized for the atrocity that was committed in 1967 to 1970. He said it in his word. And that he advised that we can't continue down this path, that there's need to support Biafra, a progressive nation that we do, we are. He said a lot. Maybe we play the video one of these days, and I don't know if I still have it.
Yeah,
but
the video. I think I have the video, but I can't be able to get it out now.
Did you listen to everything he said?
I've not really listened to that. I just listened when he was mentioning about Biafra, but I've not been able to digest the video. I think maybe I'm going to bring it out tomorrow so that we can look.
All right. Yeah. So obviously, also the one from yesterday, I think that was on. Is it Arise TV? I'm not so sure. This. Where did I? Yeah. Let me just quick. His name is. Let me just 1 minute, because Martins. Yeah, Martins Oloja. That is the name. That name sounds like a Middle Beta name.
Yeah.
On Arise TV, I'm sure it's Arise TV, but a different. They have different sections in Arise TV, just like Channels TV too. But mostly Yorubas are they are there. So the things he said, Bro Mike, Bro Choose, we need to talk about it. The guy spoke unbelievably. That even this current INEC chairman, some years back, he wrote to America or to the world. There's a way he put the write-ups, complaining about Christian genocide in Nigeria. The current INEC chairman wrote about the Christian genocide, and it's possible. I don't know. Maybe if Tinubu knows, or if the Caliphate knows, maybe they would have opposed his nomination as INEC chairman, or maybe him too, because now he have a position, big position. He will change his tune, because that's how it goes in Nigeria. Yeah,
he will change his tune, but the information is everywhere. He wrote about it. I think I've seen that.
Okay. Because Kuka also, they all wrote about Christian genocide, but today they've all compromised because they gave them position and money. So Nigeria is evil, my brother. There's no two ways about it. It's just a pure evil country, But we'll continue to hold them in a bad place. They can't get away with this. And like Darlington said, when America starts something, no way, they will see to it that something happens. So if anybody thinks that Trump is making an empty threat, well, you have another thing coming. So, how do you?
It is so sad. It is so sad what is going on, and every one of us must pay attention to where the world is now and how everything is happening. We must pay attention and continue to stand our ground. Don't you ever allow yourself to be deceived or confused with the propaganda and blackmails in Nigerian media. We must not get ourselves emotionally captured. We must continue to stand our ground. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, we continue to hold our ground and stand on that which we know is the right thing. Don't allow anybody to deceive you into believing something you know doesn't hold water. Something you and I know that it doesn't hold water, and you believe it. Don't ever believe it. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday have exposed Nigeria for what it is. If you are still somehow confused about Nigeria after watching that very program of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu yesterday, it means your own case is a special case. You cannot be redeemed either. You can't be redeemed. So when you see all this happen, it's a welcome thing to see that the United States is acting. And look at when they tell you that China is coming to join Nigeria to do what? All this is our propaganda. China is not even ready to join them and do anything. They know that. China is just there for their own interests, to extort the mineral resources as much as they can. Even China is not taking it easy on Christians on their own side. Chinese case is also in the United States. The Chinese are also persecuting Christians. So their own case is also there, in case you don't know.
Madam President, I rise today to speak about a grave matter and a clear violation of religious freedom, human dignity, and the rule of law. In China, Christians are fighting daily for their religious freedom against the Chinese Communist Party. And on October 10th, 2025, the Chinese Communist Party launched the largest coordinated nationwide crackdown in more than 4 decades against a Christian urban house church in China. In that sweep, 23 pastors and church members of the Zion Church, one of China's largest underground congregations, were arrested and wrongfully detained, including Pastor Ezra Jin. Pastor Jin And the members of the Zion Church were not engaged in violence. They were worshiping. They were serving God. And for that action, they are being treated as enemies of the communist state.
So when you see China standing together in Nigeria when it comes to the persecution of Christians, don't be surprised. They are doing the same thing. That is State Cruz, bringing the case of China also in the United States, the persecution of Christians. So when you hear that they stand with Nigeria on that case, they are doing the same thing, equally the same thing. But in our own case, we, the Biafrans and the Christians in Nigeria, they are voicing out and action need to be taken to save them. So if anybody is trying to tell you anything other than this, don't pay attention to them. The freedom of the people is something that every one of us must continue to pray and look into. We must continue to pray for our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa. We don't have anything to do with the Zoological Republic and their election. If you are in Anambra State, stay safe. Stay in your home. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wherever you are in Anambra State. You got no business. Don't expect anybody to come and beg you to sit at home or don't go there, don't go. You are not supposed to be part of any exercise that has to do with politics. What we have in Biafra land are occupying forces. Even the man you have in Anambra State, you hear when he said that he doesn't have anything to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. He said he doesn't have anything to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why would you have anything to do with him? Why would you even think of going out to make yourself available to participate in their vote or whatever? You're not supposed to wait for anybody to talk to you about that. We are out and we are out for good. Let them continue to occupy and enjoy themselves as much as they can. But very soon, there will be no hiding place for any one of them. Very soon, there will be no hiding place for any one of them. Nobody is going to take away our freedom from us. We must continue to do everything humanly possible and stand our ground until our freedom is won. We are going to be rounding up because it is weekend. I know many people have so many other things to do. I myself have some other things to do this weekend. So we are going to be closing the program now. We're rounding up. My brother Coach Hughes, if you are there, give us your closing remark as we round up on the program to come back later on in the evening. We're going to come back again in the evening as at 5:30 p.m. evening time. Hopefully, by God's grace, we will come back again. So, my brother Coach Hughes, unmute yourself and give us your closing remark as we round up.
Thank you, Mazi Nnamdi, for giving me the opportunity to speak again. And Biafrans all over the world. If you look at everything that is happening in Nigeria now, even the whole world entirely, church, you can see that the marginalization on Biafrans and even Christians as well, and every indigenous people in Nigeria here, that the marginalization is getting too much every day by day. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing for. Likewise, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and every genuine Biafrans. So many of us that follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he started. Every one of us still remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he's tired of broadcasting, that he needs 100 men. That is when Mazi Simon Ekpa rose up. And he said that you're not going to fight this freedom, fight CTA. And fight before that fight is massive. You have seen everything that he put in place. The declaration of United States of Biafra, every one of us see how everything is going. And the same people that is shouting Obatudi, the same people that is shouting my leader, my Lord, my Savior, they are the same people that is fighting against him today. Those the same people are the ones dancing, jubilating in social media today. They didn't want him to get his freedom in Finland. But no matter what, they should just remember that the United States of Biafra has been declared on 29th of November 2024. And that is where we are standing. No matter what. No matter what, everything that the whole world like, they should do to Biafrans. We are standing on that mandate that is being declared on 29th of November 2024. Today is election in Anambra State. Every conscious man, anybody that have conscience, supposed to remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said that there is not going to be any election that is going to be conducted by any Nigerian government in Biafra land. Mazi Simon Ekpa repeated the same thing. And the government of the United States of Biafra still repeated the same thing. But that trial, holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that ruling that went on yesterday, supposed to even tell you that this Nigeria that we are in today, that is not one. That they are looking for any means to take away every Igbo man. They are looking for every means to take away Biafrans. And that is the reason why we continue to speak. And that is the reason why we continue to shout. And today, the government of the United States of America have heard our voice. They are coming in. And that is the reason why I can see everybody, every man or woman that is hand is in what is happening to Nigeria today, is what is happening to Biafrans today. They are the ones shouting in social media today. They are saying that America is coming to invade Nigeria. The same China that is shouting that America should not come. You can see the last video that they play in this channel. The same channel, the same China is taking the same measure in Christian in China. And that's the reason why we can sense it. That the same China, everything that is happening in Nigeria today, their hand is there 100%. But if you really ask yourself, the mineral resources that they say that America is coming to invade, what does that mineral resources have? What have you achieved in that mineral resources over 60-something years from now? What do you have achieved? China is the one mining that mineral resources freely. They are taking it to land and develop their own country. And you indigenous people of Nigeria, you indigenous people of Biafra, you do not even benefit from it, even one day. That is why every one of us need to support what is going on now. Need to support. Need to even call that American government to even come today, because we are running out of time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he's tired. We are tired. We are running out of time. Because we do not get this right now, our born generation, our children, they are going to suffer more than we suffer. Every day by day, we have been hearing, tomorrow go better, tomorrow go better. We want more that tomorrow better today. That is why you have to support. Sit in your house, every Anambra citizen, sit in your house. Because if you come out, the same thing that happened yesterday, the same thing that happened over 60-something years ago now, will still happen to you. Because if you come out, the same military in uniform, the terrorists in uniform, they are the ones to take over your life. They are the ones to take your life. That's the reason why we still remember when Mazi Simon said, we should not allow the terrorists in uniform to breathe in Biafra land. And what is going on today? That's the reason why you have to check all these things and sit in your house. You should know that this freedom that you are looking for, that is the only solution. Biafra is the only solution that can happen to every indigenous people in Nigeria here. Support the freedom of Biafra. Because when you come out openly to support, that is the time you yourself are going to be free. And I pray that Chukwu Kikabiam is going to protect all our leaders, most especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That 20th of November, that the government of Nigeria and the British as well have put it to make that evil judgment they are planning to give. We want to turn against them. That 28th, that is the day that every one of us have to put on prayer, so that that God of justice is going to manifest his miracle. And I pray that Chukwu Kikabiam will not to be with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, be with Mazi Simon Ekpa, and be with every genuine Biafran that is looking, that is standing strong for freedom. Thank you, Mazi Chus, for giving me the opportunity to speak once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother Kochuk. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful contribution. May Chukwu Kikabiam continue to bless you, protect you, and secure you wherever you are. I appreciate you, my beloved brother. So, my fellow Biafrans, as we are coming to an end, I just looked through and I see some updates that is very, very laughable. You see, these criminals will never stop. This criminal called Nigeria government and their people, they will never stop. I just saw this very update now from Sahara Reporters, posted about 16 minutes ago. You can imagine what Shegumi said. Look at what Shegumi is saying. These are people they want us to be in the same country with. Shegumi said, bandits are on revenge mission, but they listen. Not like IPOB that want to leave Nigeria. You can imagine. Bandits are on revenge mission, but they listen. Not like IPOB that want to leave Nigeria. And somebody should ask me and help me and ask this criminal, this terrorist, Gumi, who is bandit revenging for? On what revenge mission? Who offended them that they are revenging? What are they revenging? These are the people you want us to be in the same place with. God forbid. Chukwu Kikabiam forbid. I thank Chukwu for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, please hasten your coming. Hasten it. Put your coming on gear. Put the military on gear. Let them come and do what they can do as fast as possible. Because these people, they are unrepentant Satan. Unrepentant satanic group. That is what they are. You can imagine how this man is always, since all this while, making case for this people, comparing these bandits with the IPOB. At least we say we want to leave and we're not hiding it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is in court, also said it. We need a referendum to get out of Nigeria. We don't want to be part of this madness anymore. We are not hiding our feelings. And we have reasons why we want to go out. But this bandit, you are preaching that they are revenge media. They are revenging for what? What did the Christians do to them? What did the Biafrans do to them? What did the Nigerian people do to the bandits you are supporting? What did the innocent Muslims do to the bandits you are supporting? What did they do to them? They say they are revenging. Revenging for what? We, the members of IPOB, we want to leave Nigeria and have our own nation. We are fighting for self-determination. Self-determination, which is something, a right, not even a privilege. It is a right enshrined in international law. African peoples and human rights law, even Nigerian law itself permits us to go and pursue our self-determination, which is what we are doing. But your wickedness, your evil agenda could not allow you to understand and digest the fact that we have the right to live in Nigeria. You want to hold us by force, by fire. Shame on to you. Shame on you. And I hope the whole world is watching. These are the people they want us to be with. We cannot. We cannot. Nothing will make us to be with them. They have started again in Anambra State. Anambra State, you see, beavers, cliches, they stopped voting in Onitsha as voters wait for hours. They have started. This is an evil country. Evil country, nothing works. It's all lie, like stealing, fraud everywhere. Fraud everywhere. Police fire tear gas in INEC secretariats, injure cops members, election observers. That is what you see in Nigeria. Criminality, that is what you see. Criminality, evil, terrorism, that is what Nigeria is all about. Donald Trump should hasten his move. Don't wait. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz condemned China over target crackdown on Christians. I've read it. I've played your video. You made in the. That is it. That is why they are busy supporting their fellow criminals, people that do the canting. They say birds of the same feather flock together, and that is why they can come out only early to go and take pictures with them. Who cares? Who cares? And I hope the Biafran people will stand their ground and continue to live. We will never be part of this very madness. We will never be part of this very madness. Every news in Nigeria is a bad news. African Union won Trump. US over interference in Nigerian affairs says don't weaponize religion. Who is the African Union? Do Africa have any union? AU, is it the one that Tinubu is in charge, the head? Tinubu is the leader of the AU. So you just sit in your bedroom and you write anything and you think anybody. Who cares? There's nothing like AU existing anywhere. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what you want to say, whatever you are saying. AU, my food. There's nothing like AU. Where were you? Go to Cameroon now. A 93-year-old man is holding Cameroon ransom. You can't do anything. You are answering AU. A 93-year-old man is holding Cameroon ransom. Instead of removing him, you are busy congratulating him for remaining in power. Bunch of clowns and idiots everywhere. 92-year-old man, you are busy congratulating him. And you come and claim AU. There is nothing like AU anywhere. And this one is Dele Farotimi said, downplaying genocide of farmers to federal headers. Downplaying genocide as farmers headers clashes is nonsense. Absolutely. You people should speak the truth. Fear less. Don't fear anybody. Just say it the way it is. Look at the cowards. These are the ones that stay in the pulpit and deceive people. They use the pulpit to deceive people. Look at him. Instead of you to come out. If there is anybody that's supposed to be in the front line, it is somebody like this Adeboye. But look at him. He cannot be in the front line. All of them, everybody is trying to protect his business empire, working with British, because British have his record. He was one they used to promote the late Muhammad Buhari. What do you expect him to say? He said, tell Trump to delay action for 100 days, set 90 days deadline for military to finish terrorists. Nonsense. Deceivers. You deceive your members. You think you can deceive everybody. You can't deceive everybody. Thank God there are people who knows what they are doing, who knows their God, and who knows what they are supposed to do. Plateau clerics threatened to drag Tinubu government to ICC over alleged killings of Christians. Drag them. They will never do anything. They will never, ever do anything. U.S. military wrap up Nigerians' plan with several options to quell violence. Simple. This is the kind of news I want to hear. U.S. military wraps up Nigerian plan with several options to quell violence. That's all we want to hear. Whatever you can do to quell the violence, do it. Do it. Stop listening to this bunch of criminals who have nothing to offer. And we are going to stop it right here. So I appreciate everyone that have been with us on this program today. My brothers and sisters who were able to participate on our program today. I thank you all for participating, and I wish you all a very wonderful weekend. If you're in Anambra State, stay at home, stay safe, pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, pray for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Concentrate and commit your mind to where we are heading. Prepare yourself. Whatever be the outcome of Game of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the 20th, whatever the result be, there is no going back. It is forward ever and backward never. As of Nigeria, we are not part of it, and we will never be part of it. Whatever is happening today, we turn out for our own good. We have to seize the opportunity and be whom we are supposed to be. Don't ever be deceived. Don't be distracted. Wherever you are. I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide us, protect us, secure us in our various endeavors. I also pray for all the leaders of the struggle, all the leaders of the Biafran people, more especially our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to be with them, protect them, secure them. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. Every plan the enemy have made for them will fail. Every pit they have dug for them, the enemies will fall into it. Whatever poison they inject into them, it will go back to the sender. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama, with his grace and power, will continue to strengthen our leaders, give them wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper, and no weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again later in the evening, 5:30 Biafran time. Join me here so that we can continue to spread this gospel. If you have not yet shared or liked, please like and share. Radical evangelism is one of the things you have to engage in at this particular point in time. You never can tell. It might be your own sharing that will draw the attention of the international communities to do what they have to do. So try as much as possible. Share on your Twitter handle, share on your X handle, share on your YouTube, share on your Facebook, share on your WhatsApp groups. Very important. And we will continue to make difference every blessed day. Thank you so much for being part of the program, and see you again in the evening. Stay blessed. Bye-bye, everybody.
Our Father,
who are in